Oh wow.
Exhibition
No.
Okay.
And welcome everybody to Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the running of the Matt Bottles Graphics 200. I'm sorry. Here for the Matt Bottles Graphics 200 here at the Brickyard. We've done this with Matt Bottles for the last couple of seasons. Always happy to have a partner for the 8th round of the season. I'm here once again joined by Armani DePaul. Armani, how you doing tonight, brother?
Hi, Gavin.
Hi, Armani.
My voice is shot because I just got finished screaming, calling a collegiate volleyball game.
Oh, fun.
If I die mid-screen, I'm already dying, as you can tell.
Yeah.
Mid-stream, you understand why.
Well, it's all good, Armani. All right, we all have our flounders, but we're here for the 8th round here tonight. And after exciting action at Iowa last weekend, the championship is really down to the wire here. We have 3 guys within about 20 points of each other coming into tonight. We were really fearing that either Thurston or Hyder would be able to just run away with this championship, but it seems like every other week the other's having a problem. We saw Hyder get beat by Thurston at Fontana. Hyder fought back at Atlanta to beat him at that track. Then at Watkins Glen, Thurston crashed off the bumper of Cook. Hyder got the win there. And then last week, we saw what happened. Thurston was able to pull off a bullseye strategy to get a win at Iowa, while Hyder at both that track and Charlotte had issues. So these two have had a lot of bad luck, and it's kind of allowed a lot of these other guys that haven't exactly been as quick as those two, like Lilly, to really catch up. So now coming into tonight, those two, Hyder and Thurston, they are 4 points between each other in the championship. Right now, I don't even know if Thurston's here right now, but Hyder's saying second on the board. What can we expect at a track like this?
Hyder early on, as Caden Mobley-Kelly just murders him. Hyder's been really fast in practice. He's led most of the way until Jeremy Cook went on top. It's hard really to say. I think the 24 is going to be on top like he's been pretty much all season long. One I'm looking for is the 96 at James Thurn. He is currently in the field, but he has yet to put a lap in. So I'm not sure what Thurston has done. He kind of shocked us all when he qualified on pole for Watkins Glen. I'm not sure what he could do here at a track like Indianapolis. Maybe it's the same, but I mean, you got to imagine the guys who are up front week in and week out, they're probably still going to be up front week in and week out. Honestly, I think this race is going to look very similar to, what we've seen all year. It's going to be the 24, the 96, and really, who's just going to outlast the other?
Yeah, absolutely. But this is such a unique track, and I feel like I say this every other week, and that's what makes this schedule so good. Is it feels like every other week we're going to a new racetrack that these guys have not really driven on before, and especially in a car that they aren't using in pretty much anything else besides from this series. It really brings a challenge that these guys haven't been able to face before. This is a flat, fast racetrack, nothing like it that we've had all season long. How's the driving going to be out there tonight? How are these cars going to perform?
Well, if it's anything like practice so far, these guys are going to have their hands full. I've looked at a couple guys so far, and they have been just sliding off a corner exit. They are nearly sideways when they're getting out of the turns. It is insane. It's the level of driving that these guys are doing. I'm right next to Caden Mobley-Kelly, and even just looking at him on corner exit, he nearly has the wheel turned to the right. That is how loose these guys are on corner exit, but you got to get the power down because you got to maximize your speed going down the back stretch and the front stretch because of how long these corners are or how long these straightaways are. So, I mean, again, kind of just who can outlast the other, because if they're going to be as loose during the race as they are in practice, we're going to see a lot of cautions.
Interesting right now on the board, and maybe I shouldn't be surprised after what we saw at Watkins Glen a couple weeks ago. Cook top of the board, sitting at a 53.531, beating Hyder by about 0.02 of a second. Cook has challenged with Hyder before. They went at it at Watkins Glen, with Hyder winning that battle. I see Thurston now on the track. He's right now wrecked down there on the front stretch, so not a great practice for him so far. But what do you think Cook can do here tonight? Because this is going to be the second time that it seems. Well, you know what? Let me backtrack. I completely forgot that he was battling at Iowa before that big crash happened last week where he got into Diego Roldan, caused that big crash, took himself out, took out Roldan, took out Hyder. Coming into tonight, what do you expect out of Cook?
I think Cookie's going to have a really big night. He knows that he had a chance to win at Iowa. He's been close for these last couple of races. And, you know, I think he's kind of like the rest of the series where they're tired of hearing about Alexander Hyatt or James Thurston. Or, you know, even like, you know, maybe the consistency of Chris Lilly if he's finally able to get in victory lane, which, by the way, Chris Lilly hates greatness.
It's true.
But anyways, that's not the point. But, you know, I think Jeremy Cook, he's been so close so many times this season to get that win. He's topping practice. I think if he's able to get up to the front, I mean, I don't think he cares about the championship. He's like, look, I'm as fast as these guys. I want to prove I'm as fast as these guys. So I'm going to go by doing what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out there and prove it by winning.
I want to give a big shout out here to my good friend Landon Warren. Landon Warren had a really bad start of the season. He was really struggling with performance, really getting the car down. He's one of our veterans. He's been here since the beginning. He's also had championship contending seasons in both Season 5 and Season 6. He was really struggling early on in the season, running in the back, getting loose, getting involved in wrecks. But both at Iowa, he had a top 10 starting spot at Iowa, and right now he is showing the fastest that he's had all season long, right now sitting in 5th. And another guy I want to shout at is the guy right in front of him, Jason Gallagher. I don't know where he is on the track, and I see Connor Trafari doing his terrorism as well. And there's Jason Gallagher. I found him. He's tumbling down the down the back in the catch fence in turn 3. So he's having a fun time here in practice. But I do want to talk about, I did see Trafari there, and it immediately reminded me that there are changes once again being made to the penalty point system. After last week, it was very clear that the Levi Leip, by the way, I might as well mention, Levi Leip has been suspended there was apparently, we did not catch this on camera. You'll see this on Dialed In like a month from now, where apparently under caution, Owen Chabinsky ran into Levi Leip, and Levi wrecked him under yellow. And Chris has decided that he's had enough with the intent wrecking under yellow, so he has declared for the 3rd time now that any intent wrecking will be a instant suspension, and this time he actually stuck to it and suspended Levi Leip. Now, there are a few other drivers that are right now right at the cusp, and it's going to be even more difficult for them tonight because starting in this race, you now have to go 2 races without receiving any penalty points to start losing penalty points. So that's bad news for 2 guys in particular. Connor Trafari and... What?
He's announcing that next week.
But just announce it tonight. Jesus Christ. Okay,
No,
never fucking mind. I forgot that Chris is afraid to punish people in his own league. I forgot about that fact.
He's got to give Connor one more chance.
Yeah, he's got to give Connor, like, the 50th fucking chance to, like, wreck the field before he actually does anything. Anyway, okay.
How many times did we give Osama bin Laden a chance before we killed him?
Yeah, no, actually, to be fair, we gave him, like, what, 10 years? After 9/11?
That's not the point. That's not the point.
We gave him 10 years after 9/11? Anyway.
That's not the point. Oh, Eddie, what the...
And I just saw him murder a man, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
No,
saw
he
him murder.
murdered
I think
Lily.
he just murdered
Lily.
Chris. Yeah, he murdered Chris. But anyway, starting next week, because apparently we can't do it tonight for some reason.
Technically 2 weeks.
Jesus fucking Christ, I'm gonna kill myself. In 2 weeks from now, it will now be 2 races to lose your penalty points. So Connor's strategy of, racing clean for a week or 2 and then going back to being a walking hazard won't work as well anymore. So that doesn't mean that Connor can't get punished tonight if he gets involved in enough incidents, along with Ethan Harrison, who's sitting in a very similar position. They're both sitting at 2 points each. Then they might get their suspension, but we'll have to wait and see. This is a very difficult track to pass at, very single grooved all the way down on the bottom, right there on that white line. Passing's going to be difficult, but as we saw at Watkins Glen with Connor Trafari, he's able to charge from outside the top 20 again, the top 5 at the end. So, no trouble there for Connor.
Oh, Connor right now, he doesn't have any laps that he's put in officially. He's currently 20th on the board. Actually, no, scratch it. He has a 54.009. So, Connor, he doesn't like to save his equipment. He likes to charge and charge fast, but if it's a one-groove track, like we predict it's going to be, let's just say that front bumper, the number 9, is going to be a little bit dented when we get into the later stages of this race. Speaking of which, we're only about 7 minutes away from qualifying.
Yeah, well, I'm excited here. This is definitely going to be the more, I would guess you could say, very precise qualifying sessions that we're going to have all season long. It's really all about how low are you willing to go and how willing are you going to let that car get sideways off the corner. There is not a lot of banking at this racetrack to use as a way to cushion yourself when that car gets a little loose on exit. So these guys are going to be having to feather the throttle, going to have to feather the wheel all around the corner while also trying to cut as much time as they can.
I've already seen a couple guys go all the way nearly to the grass, so everyone trying to see where the limit is in terms of the line. Mobley Caden didn't go all the way to the bottom. That's not the closest I've seen, but he's so loose coming out of these corners, and that really compromised him on and he just slammed the wall.
I'm right now watching Carola Hankins. Hankins has had 2 close calls with victory so far this season. At Fontana, he went toe-to-toe with Alexander Hyder in the midpoint of the race. Hyder and Thurston took control and had their own fight to the end. And then there was last week. He had a bullseye strategy. He had stayed out while they were caution after caution. But late in the going, he came down pit road in hopes that he would be able to pass the field on fresh tires. But he underestimated the freshness of everyone else's tires and gave a win away to Thurston. We'll see what he can do here tonight. But there's been 2 opportunities here where he could have scored a victory that's been taken away from him.
Aiden, you're not supposed to go through the grass.
I have 2 guys coming down the backstretch. First off is Jason Samito. Samito finally had a good run so far this season. He's also running the Matt Bottles graphics car here tonight. That is a, you can definitely tell that was made by Matt Bottles, that's for sure. And right behind him is Jason Gallagher. We talked to him a little bit ago. He's still running in 4th. And
So
again,
interesting. Couple of guys still on pit. Yeah, you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead, go crazy.
Yeah. Just looking again at, practice so far. You still got Cook up front, Hyder, Gonzalez, Green, Gallagher, Warren. But even some of these guys on the back half of the top 10, like Moondros or Brandon Sampson. Ethan Harrison, he needs a solid day. He has had a lot of speed this season, but whether it's through his own doing or outside of his control, he could just not have a clean race. Number 77, he could compete with the top 5. He just hasn't had, a clean car at the end of these races. So he's going to have to change that eventually. Could tonight be the night?
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Now I'm watching Alexander Hyder here. He's coming out onto the track. He's going to have one more run here in practice. He is sitting... the times have not really changed since we got live here. 200s between Cook and Hyder. Again, these 2 have went at it once before at Watkins Glen. It didn't end too pretty there. Hell, even last week at Iowa when they were close together, there was a big crash between him, Cook, and fucking Diego Roldan. So, not a great history between those 2. We'll see how clean they have it this week. But Hyder definitely sees an opportunity here. Thurston's still learning this track. He's sitting 7th. We know that he is a very quick learner, as he showed us at Iowa last weekend. So Hyder knows that he's going to be on his toes once again. He needs to find any amount of time on the field that he can, and that might involve getting Cook out of the way if he wants to take control of this championship.
Thurston's trying to put together a qualifying run because he really backed it down in turn 3. And then just picked up the gas in between 3 and 4. I think he's trying to set up a qualifying lap here in the final minutes of this practice.
I'm looking for him. Where is he? There he is. We found him. There's James Thurston sitting right there on that curve. That might be exactly where you want to be. 53.670. He's about a 10th off from the fastest lap in practice. We'll see what lap this is for him as he's trying to get as much out of the car as he can before qualifying.
You just see how squirrely he is coming out of turn 2. You got to really put the power down coming out of these corners because, again, the straightaways are so long. You need to maximize all the speed you can. If you're not going at least 200 miles an hour before you head into turns 1 or 3, I mean, you can pretty much kiss the lap goodbye.
Well, we're going to take a little bit of an extra look here at Thurston. We'll see what kind of lap he pulls here. You have about 2 minutes to go. And that looked like a really good lap. The problem is there's wrecked cars like Caden in the way. Thurston hit the fence a little bit trying to avoid him. And I wonder, yep, third. Yep, there he goes. He's he's also about 500s off the pace there from Cook.
4 guys in the 53.5s. This is going to be Honestly, I think qualifying is going to come down to who can really seal the deal in the lap. I mean, Thurston, you already saw kind of what you got to do. Like, you got to back it down for that first lap, it looks like, and then really put the power down in the second lap.
And I do want to give a mention here to the guy behind him, Alexander Gonzalez-Green. He's somebody like Ethan Harrison who has been in contention for many of these wins, but he's not been able to really put it together. And I'll tell you this much. I found out that Gonzalez-Green does a lot of racing in general. I caught a stream of Jerry's NR sim that he has going on. It's an NR online league, and he's like one of the best at it. He's like kicks ass every week. He just hit Thurston while he was flipping. So he definitely knows what he's doing. And he's been pretty close. We saw the contact at Vegas between him and Harrison. I know that he's been around the field, around the top 5 in a lot of these races. He's really been looking to put a good run together. Unfortunately, a lot of bad luck came his way as well. He's got involved in a lot of other people's messes throughout this season. Hopefully tonight will be a little different for him. He seems to be having a good amount of speed tonight. He's sitting in 4th right now.
So qualifying is about to commence now. I guess we might as well jump straight into it. Who do you got winning the pole?
Well, I'm going to tell you this much. When it comes to qualifying pace, and he surprised us once before, I'm going to have to go with James Thurston. I think Thurston, he might not be the fastest off the get-go, but one thing he has shown us is that at Watkins Glen, he didn't look like a favorite. In fact, we had completely doubted him, and he learned that track like the back of his hand. He had the balls to really send those corners. I think that he'll do something similar here tonight. I think he goes for pole.
I'm going to go with Jeremy Cook. You know, it's easy to go for a guy like Thurston. It's easy to go for a guy like Hyder. But, you know, we're going to change it up a bit. I think number 70, he lands it on pole position because I don't think anyone in the field wants this race more than Jeremy Cook in that 70 car. He wants to show that he belongs to be in the same conversation as that 096 or that 24. And I think he's going to start with the pole position.
And I agree with you right there. I think that's why we're going to go ahead and watch him right here. And I agree with you. I think that he's hungry. He has seen the lead. He has seen the chances at getting a victory here at ASCA go away from his grasp multiple times at this point. I'm sure that he's getting a little tired of it. We're going to watch him here in qualifying here for both of his laps. And we're really going to see for the first time what you have to do to run good here at a track like this.
Well, remember, I mentioned it earlier where Thurston, he really backed it down in turn 3. I'm going to see if Cook does something similar, if he's just going to full send it.
Well, we're going to watch it here.
Around 150 miles an hour, so completely different than what Thurston did. Let me see if I can go back to that 96. He has yet to start his qualifying lap, so we'll ride along with the 70 for the time being. And then when Thurston gets on his lap, I want to see what he does. If he does something similar where he backs it down to turn 3 and really sends it going to turn 4, or does he do what Cook and feels like everyone else has been doing, which is going all the way?
All right, going through turn 1, looking pretty smooth. Going into turn 2 now. And right there below that white line, puts those 2 left side tires as low as they can go. Maybe not all the way down, but maybe with that curb, you don't want to hit it. Maybe that unsettles the car a little bit. We'll see here as he goes down to turn 3. This is going to be really hard. 200 miles an hour into turn 3.
I'm looking at Thurston right now. He's doing just what I mentioned. He maxed out a 158 going into turn number 3, so he's really backing it down. He's going to diamond turn number 4. He's really trying to maximize his speed as he takes the green flag.
And coming to the line, Jerry's first lap. And we're going to go ahead and pull up the tower here as times are now coming in.
Ooh, 53.515. I think that's the fastest lap we've seen so far tonight.
I think it is. He has a 3/10 gap over Connor Trafari. He's sideways on his second lap. I mean, he might just be abandoning this one. Yeah, he's absolutely abandoning the second lap. He's confident with that first lap. He's just going to go ahead and drift it around the track. Let's see if we can pick anyone else up here. And indeed we are here.
Right now.
Connor Trafari trying to improve. Actually,
a lot of speed from Thurston in turn 3, but he really got a nice corner in that third time. Here we go, going into turn number 4. Thurston looking really good, putting all of his left sides on the bottom. Here he comes down the front stretch. Let's see what this looks like. We know what time he's got to be. Can he do it? As he crosses the yard of bricks, the time is a 53.585. Not enough. 4 1,000ths behind Alexander Hyder.
He might be going for a second lap here, although I don't know if it's going to really matter. Yeah,
I think he's going for it. I mean, like you said, I don't know if it's going to matter too much, but I mean, we'll see. Right now, he has dropped to 4th in the time charts. Has anyone managed to get by Cook?
No one's been able to get by Cook.
Wow, Gonzalez, Green, and Thurston had the exact same time.
Yeah, and Gonzalez Green is going to beat that tiebreaker there. So Thurston's down to 4th. Gonzalez Green to 3rd. Coming out of 4th, Thurston's really trying to push the back end of that car. I don't think that it's going to be much of an improvement here. He looked a little worse in that first lap. And indeed it is.
He went faster.
He did. No, he did go faster. Never mind. Fuck me. He goes up to 2nd, 53.549.
Not enough for pole, but a great lap from James Thurston. I was about to agree with you because he was really abusing the tires in turn 4 specifically. I could hear those things squealing like crazy, but it does the job. James Thurston 2nd on the charts.
Right now watching George Tolsma, no one in particular. I just kind of pressed the V button and I went to someone random. I think that he's on his first lap going down into turn 3. And you can tell the difference between the fast guys and the slow guys. He went 190 down into turn 3. So he was 10 miles an hour off the pace.
Was he on his second lap? Well, he has to be. He just put a 54.39.
He might be on his second lap. I just didn't see it.
Oh, here we go. Let's see. 54.2, a little bit quicker.
Yeah, there he goes. He improves a little bit. And that's going to be it for him. And we do have Caden Mobley Kelly on the track. I don't know if this is a second qualifying lap. He's already put his first one down, 54.0. And, yep, qualifying is going to go ahead and complete right there. And they're not going to waste any more time. And with that, we do have, I believe we do have a small prep session before these guys go ahead and line up for the race.
Yeah.
So,
Chris Lilly decides to be Chris Lilly.
Yeah, but once these guys properly line up for the start, we'll get our starting lineup. Cook is on pole position here for tonight's race. Here is Quentin Haley, made his first start last week at Iowa. He had a rough go at it. He got wrecked what felt like 5 times. Hopefully he has a better run here tonight. He did not set he might have set a qualifying lap. It doesn't show it anymore, but if it does, we'll find out where he starts here in a little bit. How about that?
I mean, this should be really interesting. Again, the top 3. I think this is going to be really similar to Watkins Glen, where you're going to have Cook, Thurston, and Hyder just on top of one another. I think it's going to be really, really close.
Well, hopefully the style of track here, where it's kind of just a single groove racetrack, and it seems like performance and how great you can handle the track and the corners really can distinct where you're going to be at when it comes to your track position. What I mean by that is these guys hopefully will spread out a lot very quickly, and we will see a lot of green flag racing. At least that's the hope. That's the prayer that I have.
Well, will your prayers be successful?
No. God hates me.
That's fair.
Right now watching Hunter M. Collier. Let's talk about some good news. Hunter has had a fantastic few weeks here. He has been able to run up front consistently. Ever since that Atlanta crash he's been running inside the top 10 every single week. He almost had the win set at Charlotte. A lot of people say that was his race to win. Unfortunately, it did not end that way. Thurston was able to take control late in the going. He has not shown the pace that we've seen from Cook, Hyder, and Thurston, but you never know. We didn't think Thurston would be a contender at Iowa, and he was able to beat fucking Moses out of all people for that win. So, anything's possible.
And I mean, that just proves that Thurston is such a quick learner. Even if it's not just how to learn the track, he's able to study the situation, know what strategy works best, and that's how he's able to rise to the top. Because remember, Thurston said before Iowa that he wasn't a big fan of the track because Owen Trubisky just gets murdered by the 187. But, yeah, Thurston, he wasn't a fan of Iowa, learning it for the first time, and still came away with the win. So I think that just proves that, Thurston, he can win anywhere. Even if it's a track that he is not used to, it's a track that he doesn't have a lot of experience, will always find a way to the top.
I have bad news, Armani.
What is it?
Miles Davis does not have a funny paint scheme this weekend. It is a black car.
No!
Yeah, I know. And yeah, Owen Chabinski's running a Yeezy car, and it looks horrible. And he just murdered Miles. Jesus Christ.
You know what? Miles deserves that for now running a funny paint scheme.
Yeah, well, maybe just the sponsorship dollars didn't fend well this weekend.
Yeah, that's fine.
Who
I
the
mean,
fuck is that?
we're so.
Who
I
is
mean, we're
that
still running
Marlboro
on
car?
football.
Who? I just saw a Marlboro car. Who is that?
Here. Ooh,
That is a Marlboro car I just saw. Who is that? That it's
I see a
you know what?
Ford
He ran
car.
that He ran that like at a previous race. I completely forgot about it. There's a Revel.
Oh.
What the fuck is he doing?
What is he doing?
Did you see that? That was like a crab
Yes, he
walk.
just
But
thought back before.
Jesus Christ. I have no idea what he was even doing. Okay, well, that's a Revel. Revel has also had some good luck in these last couple weeks. Good for him.
Yeah, he needs it. He needs a little more than, crab walking in the grass, but
There's Aiden Smith. We're watching him right now. He's wrecking. Aiden Smith had a good race going at Iowa before Connor Trafari just blatantly dumped him on the last lap. Again, you'd think that would get him a suspension, but no. Because,
yeah.
I mean, you saw the replay, right, Armani? You saw what happened?
Yeah, I saw the replay. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
clear as day. That's something that would even get the Daytona Beach Sheriff's Office to respond. And Chris Lilly's like, nah, he's good.
Yeah, so, again, when we talk about Connor, we mainly joke around, but it is a fact that he can tend to get a little out of control, and that was definitely a time where he got out of control. We'll see if he can play those fenders a little cleaner here tonight, and hopefully Aiden can have another good run, because he had a great run a couple of weeks ago at Charlotte with his first top 5 of the season.
Oh, big track. Really got to learn how to save the tires. And I think saving the tires here at Indy is going to be more crucial than maybe any race we've gone to because, again, you really got to maximize your power on corner exit, but that's going to cause a lot of abuse on the tires. You could hear when they're going to turn 3, turn 4, just the tires screaming for grip. So I think really this is going to benefit guys like Hyder. This is going to benefit guys like Thurston that are used to saving their equipment, especially if they're up front. Because those little extra is going to play a big part at the end of this race.
Someone else I want to mention is Noah Dagenhart. He's back once again. He was going to have a good run at Iowa, but things just did not turn out for him. Honestly, I forgot what happened to him. Did he crash? Because all I know is that he finished like dead last and he started up front. I completely forgot what happened to him. I can't. I don't remember either. All I know is that he was going to have a good run, and then it didn't. All right, so Noah Dagenhart right now sitting 8th on the board. He's doing pretty good for himself. We know that he's a fast driver. We know that he adapts well. He's one of those guys that we talk about that if there's trouble with Thurston or Hyder, I guess this case Cook here tonight, one of these guys could come up to the rise and to the occasion and get a victory. Don't be surprised if you see Dagenhart up front here tonight.
We'll be right back.
We will be right back.
Well, he'll return.
He'll be back. I'll keep talking here. There is Daniel Botting bringing back the Jordan Anderson mobile. He has really used this thing throughout his entire ASCA career. He got his first unofficial ASCA Cup Series win. He is an ASCA Clash champion back in Season 4 in this exact paint scheme. He is actually having a really good run right now, saying 10th. Although, I'll be honest, I don't even know why I'm referencing the warm-up times. Nobody's really running a lap, but he's learning this racetrack. We know that he's learning this car. We know that he's trying to get adjusted to it. He actually had a good, decent run going at Iowa early in the going. You could tell he's definitely improving a little bit as the season goes on. Maybe a first ASCA Cup Series win is in the cards for Daniel Botting very soon. And I'm shocked about this one. Well, I saw him. There he is. I'm surprised that he is allowed here. This is Dylan Fox. At Charlotte Motor Speedway, he wrecked himself as a lap car on the front stretch when he hit the grass and just stopped his car in the middle of the front stretch. When we talk about, the lack of action for certain drivers, this is who I'm talking about. I don't know why he is allowed here. But hopefully, okay. That doesn't exactly help my case, but hopefully he doesn't wreck himself tonight. Hopefully he can, behave a little bit more tonight. Is there anyone else that I've missed? There's a Revelo, and every time I pan over to Trafari, he's wrecking. And I feel like that should say something, but, it probably won't. Anyone else? We talked to Quentin Haley. There's Dagenhart. I think we've gotten everybody. Yeah, we've gotten everybody. Okay, well, that's the whole field, everybody. We have a exciting field here tonight, to say the least. Yo, everyone in the chat, what's your favorite color? Let me hear it. I'm bored. I'm gonna change the camera angles. I want to test all these cameras out. What do we got? Start a cam. Look at all these fun little cameras. Hell yeah. This is like an autistic child's dream. Is that fucking Connor just sitting in the middle of the track? It is. I wonder if he's gonna wreck someone.
Can I give you my Aaron Fruck?
No, you need to go into the booth and get officiating started because you're late.
The booth?
No, you need to go into the tower and get started with officiating. And you
can I at least give you? Can I at least give you my Aaron Fruckman insight?
Yeah. Okay, Aaron Fuckman. Let me hear it.
You're gonna poop your pants in the
Really?
booth. That's what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
Okay, I got water. I'm hydrated, and Donavici's back.
Yeah.
All right.
Aaron Fuckman's here.
All right. Goodbye, everyone.
Get out of here. Thank you.
Don't ban anyone again.
I literally when I just told Donavici to get out of here, someone walked in. He's like, "Wait, me?"
No, Aaron Fuckman. That's how you pronounce his name. His name is Aaron Fuckman.
That's fair.
Do I have a drone cam? Do I not have a drone cam? I don't have a drone cam. God
All right, I got
damn it.
I went to the bathroom.
I just want a
got
drone
water.
cam.
Hydrated.
God damn it. I fucking hate it here.
Excuse me. Chris Lilly has advanced to the next session.
Yeah, because there's
Here
literally
we
no one
go.
on track. All right, well, with that, let's go ahead and get our starting lineup underway. Let me go ahead and pull it up here. And wait, no, hold on. I forgot to do the thing again. 1 second.
You forget to change the name again.
I do this every week, honestly. It's fine. 1 second. I just got to change it to
At this point, it's tradition.
Matt Bottles Graphics 200 at the Brickyard. There we go. Just so everyone's getting their money's worth. All right, now let's show it. Here's your starting lineup for tonight's race. The Matt Bottles Graphics 200 at the Brickyard. Jerry Cook on pole position once again. Once again? No. Maybe. I don't fucking know. He's on pole position here tonight. He's trying to get some redemption after last week. And at Watkins Glen's troubles, James Thurston trying to make it 3 in a row here tonight, starting from second position. Alexander Hyder starts third, trying to come back after 2 unfortunate weeks of trouble with the lap car and with the leaders on a restart. Alexander Gonzalez-Green starts fourth. He's looking to turn things around this season. He's had fast pace everywhere, but he's been struggling to finish races, getting involved in other people's messes. Dimitri Mundros is back. He starts 5th position here tonight. He's one of those guys that's right on the door if anything happens with our top 3. And speak of the devil, Noah Dagenhart's in the same exact place. Going through the rest of the top 10, we got Jason Gallagher with a good run once again, trying to make it another top 10 of the season. Chris Lilly now in the championship fight, starts 8th. He's got to pick it up if he wants to keep up with the top 2. Brandon Sampson with his shitty internet starts 9th, and the terrorist himself, Connor Trafari, starts 10th. Going through the rest of the order, we got Ethan Harrison starting 11th, and Kaola Hankins starting 12th. In 13th, we got Hunter M. Collier, and then Quentin Haley alongside. 15th is Landon Warren along with Aiden Arevalo, followed by Ethan Moses with his great run last week, and Caden Mobley Kelly trying to turn things around. Rounding out the top 20, we got Clinton McDonald and George Tolsma. Outside the top 20 now, we got Jason Samito and Aiden Smith, followed by Diego Roldan and Dylan Fox. We got Frank DeAngelis starting 25th along with Miles Davis, Keon Milani, Wayne A. Kennedy, Owen Chabinski, and Daniel Botting. And that's going to round it up for the 30 cars starting the field here tonight.
Not a bad group of cars. I thought we get a little bit more, but 30 cars here at Indianapolis, not bad at all.
And also, less cars probably means that we're going to have less people to wreck. So, hey, maybe we got some green flag racing underway here tonight, Armani.
Not if Trafari has anything to say about that.
Yeah, I was hoping that, you wouldn't mention that.
Keep this, and here's why I'm even more scared. Trafari's on the outside, so you're outside lane. It's so hard to make the outside line work, but I feel like Trafari can do it, but he's going to do it in the way you shouldn't make it work.
It appears Dagenhard has not gridded up, so I don't know whether he's starting from the pit lane or if he's just going to back out of this one. But we're starting the 8th race of the season. Thurston and Hyder are neck and neck in the championship. Could things get heated here tonight? We'll have to wait and see. 30 of ASCA's best are going at it as we come to the restart zone, and the green flag is underway for race number 8 of the season.
Everyone already fanning out, heading to turn number 1. Look how squirrely everyone is going. Hyder's going to go to the inside. Cook is going to give him that line. I'm not sure what Cook is doing right there, but you can just see everyone is so squirrely. Hyder to the inside, Cook to the outside. Hyder wants this lead, and he wants it now as they go into turn number, go down the backstretch.
Hyder understands that if he wants to hold this championship lead and get those bonus points for later in the season, he needs to take every opportunity that he can. Gonzalez Green just gave a huge shot to the back of Moondros down into turn 3. A lot of blocking on this first lap.
Here we go. Alexander Hyder is taking the lead. Cook cannot get to the bottom. Thurston, he's also in that championship fight with Alexander Hyder. He wants to get there. He's only down by 4. He's looking for 3 in a row, and he's looking for the lead.
And there goes the 096 of James Thurston. He's up to second. What a familiar sight. Another bump from Gonzalez Green. Moondros is through the grass. He is getting very impatient with that 43. Tempers on lap 2 of this race, Armani.
Gonzalez Green, another one who has been so fast, so many opportunities to win. Las Vegas comes in mind. He knows he has the speed. Here comes Moondros down on the bottom, trying to go side by side with Gonzalez Green. I think he'd rather go side by side and just let him go by than, have no back bumper at the end with the way Gonzalez Green has been treating him.
Yeah, Moondros, just go ahead and give that up to him. He's very clearly uncomfortable with Gonzalez Green. He doesn't want to wreck on lap 2, but it seems like that he's struggling to keep up with the pace, as now we got both Gallagher and Chris Lilly all over his back bumper.
Some excitement so far. You got a couple guys fanning out, looking for position, but right now leading the way is Alexander Hyder. But Thurston, he's inching closer and closer to the back bumper of that 24.
Oh boy, Armani, here we go again. Just like the shades of Jeff Gordon and Jimmy Johnson, we're about to have another old showdown between these two. We'll see when Thurston makes his attack on him. He might just stay right behind him for the time being, try to make him go into a mistake almost. We'll see if Hyder can hold his ground.
He had a little bit of a run coming out of turn number 2, but chose to back out of it at the last second. But you could just see he is a little bit better on corner exit than Hyder. I'm not sure if that's Hyder saving his stuff or if that's Thurston really pushing it. Hyder a little bit better corner that time in turn number 4. That's actually allowed Jeremy Cook to reel these two back in. But so far, everyone is single file, but everyone also trying to make positions. But I also think that's more due to the fact that they're so loose coming out of the corners that you just see how squirrely they get, and then they end up side by side.
Yeah, we were talking about a little bit during practice how hard this racetrack's going to be. There is not a lot of banking to work with. All you really got to do to hold on to your car is the little side force that this car does have. Thurston is going for the move here. He's peaking low down the backstretch.
Trying to force a mistake from Alexander Hyder, trying to force Hyder to take a narrower line that he would probably want to have. Thurston's going to go a little bit deeper into the corner than Alexander Hyder, get lower on the bottom, really getting all left side tires underneath that white line. Hyder trying to mimic just that, but Thurston a little bit better. Again, just showing how quickly he's able to learn any of these racetracks, but so far choosing to stay behind that 24.
And here's the deal. Hyder is definitely holding him up because now Cook and Gonzalez Green are on the scene. A 4-man dance here for the lead as they come out of turn 1.
The top 4 in practice, or the top 4 right now. You got Alexander Hyder holding up James Thurston, Jeremy Cook, and Alexander Gonzalez Green. He's entered this dance as Thurston, he looks to the bottom. Hyder trying to block a little bit. Hyder, can he hold the lead going into turn number 3 as Thurston's going to look to go side by side?
Here he goes, dive bomb into turn 3. Hyder's going to give him a lane and a half to work with. Hyder's going to try to roll it around the outside. They will continue side by side down into turn 4. But I'll tell you, Hyder definitely has a lot of grip to work with. Thurston might have just a little bit more, though. They'll be even coming across the start-finish line.
We haven't really seen anybody make the outside line work in practice, qualifying, you name it. But so far, Hyder's doing a really good job. He's going to lead that lap. But for how much longer? Thurston, half a car length ahead of the 24.
They're mere inches from each other as they come out of turn 1. Cook and Gonzalez Green have nowhere to go. They're just spectators to the incredible action. Thurston on the curb sideways in the center of turn 2. And he'll lose a lot of momentum down the backstretch. Here comes Cook to his outside.
He had an opportunity to clear Hyder, chose not to take it. Really good racing right here between the top 4. Hyder really making that outside line work. He's going to dive back to the bottom. Now Cook, he make the outside work as he's side by side with the 96.
Well, these guys are all side by side, jostling for position. This is only bringing more into the calamity. Here comes Moondros and Gallagher now into the mix, and everybody else that's just in one big tandem of draft down the front straightaway. Nobody's pulled away now. Everyone's back together.
Top 10 are separated by only 2 seconds. Everyone really starting to close in on the rest of the field. Hyder's got a little bit of a buffer between himself as the 96 as everyone's starting to get single file once again.
Yeah, and this might be a point in the race here where you might want to just turn down the jets a little bit, try to save your stuff, and try to make an attack later on. Gonzalez Green honing an attack here on Jerry Cook. We know how aggressive he got with Moondros, practically wrecking him on the first lap. We'll see how nice he is with Jerry this time around.
Here we go. Gallagher going on the inside of Moondros. Not enough as Moondros is going to hold station in that 5th spot. But the 85 is there trying to get by him. Meanwhile, Gonzalez Green, he wants that 3rd spot from Jeremy Cook.
I see in the back there, that's Ethan Harrison and Connor Jafari, the 2 guys sitting right at the nick of getting a suspension. They're both sitting at 2 penalty points, and they're both side by side for a top 11 spot.
Yeah, that's never good when you got 2 guys that are on the verge of a penalty, but 2 of the most aggressive guys in the field also side by side. Both of them got to be careful, however. It's so early on in this race. We just made it to lap number 8. So hold on to her, boys. Still plenty of racing to go.
Yeah, hold on to her. You say that right as Trafari slammed the fence coming out of turn 2. Hunter M. Collier got by, and now Aiden Arevalo is trying to go to his outside.
Good stuff right now. Right now up in the front of the field. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, all covered by a blanket. Leading this train is Alexander Hyder. Thurston doing anything he can to get around his championship rival, Jeremy Cook, trying to play the role of spoiler. He started on the pole position.
Yeah, I want to give a big shout out there to Jason Gallagher. He has had such a rough season going. He had a lot of promise in preseason Thunder, even if he got involved in those 2 wrecks at both Charlotte and Pocono, but he's been getting involved in a lot of other people's misfortune throughout a lot of these races. He finally had a decent run at Watkins Glen going. He's now having another good run here. He's trying to make a move on Moondros, but Moondros has been blocking him. Back up to the front, though. Thurston's going for another attack to the inside into turn 3.
Another dive bomb by the 96. Thurston on the inside. Hyder on the outside. Hyder's been the only one to make the outside line work. He is forcing Thurston to take a narrow line that he would like. But Thurston just rolling that bottom line. And Hyder once again clears. But look how loose he is coming out of turn number 4. These 2 are going to be side by side coming across the yard of bricks.
I'm noticing 10 laps in, these guys are really starting to lose a lot of traction. Cook is now up to 2nd. He is past Thurston, and Thurston is not good at hitting that curb. If he ever hits that curb, that car just loses all traction.
Thurston able to find the hole that Cook left for him. The 2 basically swap positions, the 70 to 2nd, the 96 down to 3rd. And let's see what Jeremy Cook can do. He also tried making that outside line work earlier in the run when he was side by side with Thurston. Hyder's been the only one to make it work. Can Cook do the same?
I don't know if you can make that move for the lead on the bottom. I feel like that if you're going to do that, you really do have to send it into one of these corners. If you really want to catch Hyder off guard, you have to somehow get your nose to the outside. He's got to have a good run here coming out of turn 4, Armani.
Jeremy Cook, he started on the pole position, dropped all the way to 3rd. He's looking to get that top spot back, side by side as they cross the yard of bricks, heading into turn number 1. Cook to the bottom, Hyder to the top.
Look how much he's carrying that curb throughout the corner, trying to carry as much speed as he can. But again, Hyder's not even pinching the car down the bottom. He's just going as high as he can all the way up to that third groove. Cook practically out of control coming out of turn 2, trying to get the power down.
So squirrely coming out of these corners. Once again, you need that momentum going down these long straightaways.
Caution.
As the caution flag comes out.
Trying to figure out where it is coming from. And yes, it is Hunter M. Collier and Jason Samito going around. Big damage there for Hunter M. Collier. I was saying during prep time that he was having some good runs, staying out of trouble. I might have jinxed him there, Armani. There's a lot of damage on that 98.
Well, it looks like it started going to turn number 1. I saw a little bit of smoke up in front. Looked like the 98 and the 36 getting together.
Let's see here. Yeah, so coming out of turn 2. Oh, the 13. That's Quentin Haley getting loose. I'll have to get a better look at that one. He goes out of control right in front of Hunter M. Collier. Hunter hits the door of Haley. He loses control of the car, and Samito has nowhere to go and door slams him down the back straightaway. I want to get a better look at that here. Let's see what happened.
Yeah, he just had nowhere to go. Just an innocent bystander, Jason Samito. Unfortunate for them as, again, just caught in someone's trouble.
Yeah, it seems like Quentin, if there was contact, it was very little. But I do think Quentin just got a little loose coming out of turn 2. He had 2 guys all over him, so there was no buffer for any kind of mistake. So when he got loose, he just got ran into by both McDonald and then Hunter. And I'll say this much, McDonald got away with a lot right there. There was some Netco right there. He could have easily gotten right hooked into the fence. Fortunately, he's going to get away with that. Not for Hunter and Samito, though. That's big damage there for both of them.
So, while we were looking at the replays, I'm not sure if pit road was open or if they're about to come onto pit road now, but 13 laps into this run, you got to imagine that, you know, everyone's going to come in for some fresh rubber, and indeed they are.
Yep.
They come.
The fortunate thing here about this track is because the lap times under pacing are so long, we can watch a replay. What the fuck is George Tolsma doing? Why is that man staying out? Why? Why are you doing that? Why are you fucking... Oh my god.
Oh my god.
He better pit next time. He better pit next time. I swear to God. George. George. George.
Oh, Thurston has a...
Yeah, he had a... Yeah, that's a... I mean, hey, you might get a good launch out of pit road.
Yeah, you might. He's probably going to need it.
George, what are you doing? And Hyder beats him out. Cook second, Thurston third.
Convincingly. All right, let's go to the 5. Let's see what he's doing.
Yeah, I'm very curious on what's going on here. I don't know what he's trying to do here.
Well, I've heard some interesting rumblings about George Tolsma. So I guess we're about to, if he doesn't come on the pit road and he actually restarts with the lead, we're gonna see it.
He might. I hope that he pits. I really don't want him to do this on lap 13. Oh, George.
Oh, Miles Davis knows what's about to happen.
George, you're great. All right, you're great. You're one of my favorite people. I hit the wrong button.
Miles, we're still upset with you because you did not run a funny paint scheme.
George, you don't have to do this. Just come down pit road, get your 4 fresh tires. Maybe he just wants to, lead a lap for the bonus point. That might just be what he's doing this for.
You know what? Maybe he's just tired. I don't know. I'm tired.
I mean, maybe he forgot to pit. Yeah.
Maybe. Do you blame him?
I mean, yeah. Oh my God, he's not pitting. All right, so he's doing this. All right. So he's doing this. George Tolsma, what do you think you are trying to achieve? It is lap 13. And you are about to race against people that are much faster than you and are on fresher tires. The lights are off on the pace car here. And here I thought that we were going to have a good race. But I think George just wants to see how long he can go before he gets ran over by somebody. And then he'll go into the appeals channel and say, they ran into me. It's not my fault that I stayed out as a slower car on slower tires. So we'll see.
I appreciate the different strategy.
I do. And you know how it is. Look, I am a embracer for chaos. All right, and this is definitely something that could definitely cause some problems. So you know what? I'm all for it. Even if this causes a big crash that takes out many of our race contending drivers. And he's also blinking. Fantastic. All right, that's even better. He's blinking. Perfect. 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 I'm so happy that he's blinking. Perfect. That's exactly what we need. We need a blinking driver too.
A blinking driver, slow, not a lot of experience, and on old tires.
All right, this is gonna go as well as you could probably think, viewers. This is probably how it's not gonna be too pretty, but maybe that's the point. Maybe he just wants to see how much carnage he can cause in such a short span of time.
Why does he have to drive the number 5?
I don't know. But we'll figure it out here. We're coming to the restart here on lap 14. The pace car is soon going to make the left-hand turn onto pit road. George Tolsma will be leading us back to the restart. He will be controlling the start, followed by Hyder, Cook, Thurston, and Gonzalez Green, rounding out the top 5. Let's see what kind of carnage starts here to the restart zone. And we are back underway. Look at Tolsma spinning the tires. He will not beat the Hyder back to the line. He is sideways down the front straightaway, and Gonzalez Green runs into him.
I don't know how he did not wreck there, but clearly the strategy didn't work in the slightest. Miles Davis said 5,000 on George being outside the top 10 by lap 16. He might get that as he's already dropped down to
He
fifth.
is struggling. Yeah, he just pushed Gallagher out of line there. He is definitely not making friends as he's pushed Gallagher out of line. He went 3 wide down to turn 1, and there's a big checkup down the back of a pile of cars as they go into turn 3.
Well, how aggressive is Gonzalez?
Oh, look at this. He's completely offline. He has no grip on that car.
That is just...
And he's in the wall, too.
Like
Harrison sideways off the rear bumper of Connor Jafari.
He's in the grass, causes a back up. I think Caden Mobley Kelly got backed up in it as well.
Caden hit the wall.
Momentum.
Yeah, Caden slammed the fence out of 4. There's a lot of right side damage on the Daytona Beach Sheriff's Office machine.
Yeah, I mean, that all started, though, at the start. When you got a guy low, not fast, low car, and old tires, it just causes a stack up because everywhere he goes.
Trouble! Jason Gallagher just put George Tolsma into the fence. That was definitely on purpose for what happened on that restart. George Tolsma overdrove turn 2 and pushed Jason Gallagher offline. He lost nearly 10 positions because of that, and Jason Gallagher just repaid him by shoving him into the fence.
Tolsma just trying to do anything he can to stay with the pack, but no matter what he does, it's just not working. Those old tires really coming into play here at this restart.
So right now, while we were watching all that drama in the rear, it's higher than Cook, then Thurston, then Moondros. Moondros overtook Gonzalez Green. We saw what happened last time that these two were in front of the other. We'll see if Gonzalez Green is any kinder to Moondros this time. It seems like Moondros definitely has a lot more pace this time around compared to the start. So maybe Gonzalez Green will cut him a break.
Got a blinking car. Brandon Sampson is right behind Gonzalez Green. He is blinking like crazy. He's going to have to figure that out, but up at the front, Jeremy Cook. It's a little bit of more speed going to turn number 3 on corner entry, but Hyder able to hold him off on corner exit. Again, Cook and Hyder with Thurston not far behind. But again, you also got Mundros and Gonzalez Green not far behind.
Yeah, about that Brandon Sampson, I was told a couple weeks ago that he fixed his internet. That is definitely not the case. I'm going to be fully honest with you. I'm kind of confused on why he's still allowed on the track. He has caused multiple big incidents this season due to his blinking. So the fact that he's kind of allowed here on the track to race like that is kind of appalling. I'm surprised that with this whole, well, how do I word it? Trying to stop all the wrecking from happening, that's allowed. But I'll save that opinion for a later time. Right now, top 5 single file. And I want to give a big shout out to Diego Roldan. He started outside the top 20, and he has made his way all the way up into 7th place.
I was just about to say, Diego Roldan had a good run going at Iowa before getting wrecked out. Continuing that same fashion here at Indy. So finally starting to figure out this iRacing deal. The 2-time defending ASCA champion. He could be a threat here. I mean, if things go the right way, as he is in the wall, finally able to get off, but he's going to be overtaken, it looks like, by the number 6 of Keola Hankins. As I was just singing his praises, he loses a spot and maybe 2.
So the problem I'm seeing right here is that Sampson somewhere in this line is there, I think. He might have actually crashed because he's no longer... he's lost. Yeah, so he's... there you go. So I guess that's...
now Moondros is blinking.
Yeah, so Sampson's done. Good. Good. He was definitely going to be causing problems if he stayed in the server, so hopefully he'll get that stuff figured out here. I love Ari a lot, I do, but that kind of stuff cannot be good in any way, shape, or form.
Keep an eye on Moondros as well. He was blinking a little bit down the backstretch. I'm not sure what's going on with him, but that might come into factor, especially with Gonzalez Green's aggression and how close he's been behind that 43. It's going to be one to watch.
Things are getting bad to worse here for Ethan Harrison. He just tore the wall down. Caution's out on the speedway. Trying to figure out where that's coming from. And it is George Tolsma and Wayne A. Kennedy.
You're telling me the guy who stayed out on old tires caused a caution?
Yeah, we'll see if we can find a wreck here. Oh, yeah, we got it. Okay, well, I'll tell you this much. Let's see here. I'm going to go back a little bit. Wayne A. Kennedy, George Tolsma, side by side into turn 3. Let's see here. They're good here. Wayne A. Kennedy goes in really deep into turn 3. You can see there's Dylan Fox right behind him. Dylan Fox is really checking up for these two. And coming out of turn 4, what happens here? George is very much sideways. Yeah, okay, so... Yeah, so George got loose, came down the track, and, it wasn't really a hook. He saved the car by the time that, they made contact, but that was definitely on George. George got loose, came down the track, and, hooked Wayne right there. So, yes, George stayed out, almost caused a big crash, on the start, and, yeah. And, just wrecked somebody. So that's not particularly good. I'm sure Chris is going to have something to say about that post-race. But unfortunately for George and for Wayne A. Kennedy, especially for Wayne, the bad luck turns worse there for Wayne. He's really been trying to put down some good races here, staying out of trouble, but it seems like trouble follows him wherever he goes.
Yeah, that's going to be one to watch, and everyone, the whole iRacing chat is just blowing up. Dylan Fox, Owen Chubinski, Chris Lilly getting in there. Everyone is just like thinking, what the hell was the 5 thinking?
Yeah, well, I'm sure knowing George, he'll have some kind of response to it that will, take him away from all the blame, because that's usually how it is with him. So we'll see how the officials feel about it post-race. Unfortunately, with the previous track record, he might get away with it, but we'll see. You never know with the officials here in this league, but we are coming here to do green flag pit stops. It's only been about 8 laps or so. Will anyone come in? And yes or no? Moondros is thinking about it. Thurston comes in last minute along with Moondros.
Moondros.
I'll tell you, Chris has said in the past, no games with that pit entry, especially with that big wall right there that will take you out in a heartbeat. I think Thurston will get away with that. It's pretty harmless compared to Fontana. But Thurston's going to bring it in last minute along with Moondros. I think these guys understand that you aren't going to beat them off raw pace. You're going to need to try something very different. And Thurston and Moondros, along with many others, are going to try different to try to beat Hyder and Cook on pace.
I like the strategy. Try something different from the leaders. You might as well. Like you said, you're not going to beat them off pace. My question is there enough laps where the tires are going to mean something?
Yeah, well, we'll wait and see here. I see Hyder on the apron. I'm assuming he's saving a little bit of fuel down there on the flatter surface.
We're on lap 22 right now, about a quarter of the way through this race. I mean, try to get some information to see what the tire run is looking like. As a matter of fact, I think I'll do that right now. I'm going to go see what the tire situation is looking like from our resident driver.
And Wayne is in the chat. Wayne, yeah, so Wayne's going to be, he might still be on the track, but if not, he's going to call it a race. Unfortunately for Wayne, he got hooked by George Tolsma. So, another bad run there for Wayne. Pretty much out of his doing, but, when you're dealing with nut jobs back there, I guess there's really not too much you can do about that. There is no drone cam this week, so we literally only... And I'll be honest, TV3 is kind of butt. TV3 is kind of a butt cam, so...
So we're hearing... I just finished talking with Caden, and he said that he also pitted along with Thurston and some of the guys in the back. So, from what I'm understanding is... Everyone who pits now is guaranteed to be on a two pit stop strategy. I'm not sure if that means everyone up front is trying to make it on a one stop and try to stretch it to the end, or they're going to have to pit 3 times, or you name it. But even looking at the tire degradation, over 8 laps, at least for Caden, he was at 97%. Now, granted, he also had a little bit of damage. He really wasn't able to push it like maybe someone like a Thurston was trying to keep up with someone like Hyder, but this is going to make this really interesting. I'm not sure if it's enough. I mean, maybe once we get longer into a run, as Trafari is going into the grass for some reason. But, yeah, it'll be interesting.
Yeah, so we'll wait and see here. This is going to be another exciting restart here, because now it's not just on raw pace anymore. It's not just people sitting in a single file line saving their stuff. Now these guys in the back have an incentive to charge, and these guys up here have an incentive to defend. Your top 5 right now is sitting with Hyder and Cook, then Gonzalez, Green, Roldan, and then Connor Trafari. So we'll see how things roll on this restart. We still have about 25 cars on the lead lap, I believe. Yes, 24. So, 24 guys here on the lead lap. So, we're looking forward here to another great restart. We'll see how things roll this time around.
Leave Trafari at the bottom.
Well, Connor's, you know how Connor is. Connor's kind of a bottom, I think.
Who thought that was a good idea? Because
I
you
don't
know
know
what he's about to do, right?
Yeah, Connor's going to make it 3 wide, take out everybody, and they'd be like, okay, I didn't give it space. Me.
Hey, how about Diego Roldan, though? Again, continuing to show speed, up in 4th now.
Yeah, so he started outside the top 20. He has had a really good run. He's really been looking for one. He's had the speed some weeks, but it seems like if he could stay out of other people's messes here tonight, he might get himself a good finish. We'll see how things roll on this restart. Hyder and Cook will be going side by side into turn 1. Let's see how things roll on this restart. Green flag is back in the air.
A great jump from Alexander Hyder. He catches everyone off guard.
Landon Warren spun the tire, slammed the fence. Everybody scatters into turn 1 to avoid him.
So far, so good. Gonzalez Green underneath Diego Roldan. Roldan trying to hold service on the high side for that 3rd spot. But up in front, it is no change between the top 2. It is Hyder and Cook going down the backstretch.
Yeah, right now, side by side, Roldan trying to continue his great streak of passings tonight, trying to make some work on the outside, but Gonzalez Green is not any normal foe. He has pretty good pace all around, and there he goes. He clears Roldan coming out of turn 3.
Now he's going to be under pressure by the terrorist himself, Connor Trafari, trying to work himself into the top 4, right on the back bumper, Diego Roldan for the 4th spot.
Right now, single file all throughout the top 10. You have to go back all the way to Miles Davis going side by side with Ethan Moses for 14th place. Oh, in the fence goes Aiden Smith. Riding the wall through turn 1. I think he must have hit the wall on entry. He hits the wall on entry again to turn 2. Something is very wrong with that 89 Popeyes machine.
Clearly something is off right now for Aiden Smith. Not what he was hoping for.
Yeah, he was running inside the top 10. Things were going very good for him. I think he must have hit the wall. The thing about this racetrack, like others, is that the wall comes at you. I think Iowa's another place like that. What happened with Diego Roldan that caused that big crash last week. The wall comes at you on corner entry. You can't just hug the wall on entry like you can at other tracks. You do have to get a little bit off it on corner entry, and Aiden was just not anticipating it and hit the wall.
Connor Trafari trying to go on the inside, loses a lot of ground to Diego Roldan. Now Jason Gallagher going to take advantage. He's going to dive into turn number 1 to try to clear the 9.
Yeah, Jason Gallagher had that trouble with George Tolsma on the last restart, fell outside the top 15. He has shown incredible pace to get back up to 6th, and he's on the attack on Trafari for 5th. But Chris Lilly's right behind him as well.
And who else is on the attack is James Thurston up to the 8th spot. Right behind that duo of Lilly and Gallagher, like you mentioned, on the fresh tires. We'll see how that pace.
Whoa! Well done!
Caution, yellow flag.
Roldan spins and everyone is going around. Thurston's able to avoid it, but Diego Roldan.
What happened there? What happened there is Gonzalez Green got sideways on corner entry, checked everybody up, and plainly Trafari just ran Roldan over. And let's take a look at that once again. You can get a good idea of what happened. So here it is. Watch Gonzalez Green right in front of Roldan. On corner entry, there was a pretty big checkup, in fact. Actually, Gonzalez Green didn't get loose. He slammed into the back of Cook, and everybody checked up. Trafari runs into Roldan, Gallagher into Trafari. Chris Lilly's able to avoid along with Thurston. Ethan Harrison barely avoids. Everybody going through the grass. Landon Warren sideways. He might have hit the back of Smith. And I want to look at that again. Really quick. I want to get a good slow-mo of this if I can. I believe Hyder really checked up on entry. Here we go. 1 second. Let's see what happened here. And on entry, I'll get a better camera angle. This one's crap. 1 second. I want to get an aerial view. Here we go. Much better. Let's see what happened here. And you could see Hyder very much slowing down much before the entry. Gonzalez Green did not hit the back of Cook, but he definitely wasn't anticipating them to be slowing down that quickly, and it just caused a ricochet effect where everybody was running through each other. I'm going to say that's a racing deal right there, because I'm not going to... It's so easy to blame Trafari for that, but that was such a big checkup. And frankly, I don't think that you can really pin a single person for that, because Gonzalez Green was completely sideways. Roldan checked up. Trafari tried checking up. Gallagher ran harder into Trafari than Trafari ran into Roldan. And overall, that was just a big checkup of a mess.
The only thing I could say that you can maybe pin on Trafari is that he had, it looked like he had the most time to react. He still got to the back bumper of Roldan, but even then, like you mentioned, it's just a stack up. Everyone's caught off guard. I'd put that on a racing deal. If you want to pin something against Trafari, you could say he had a little more time than the rest, but I don't think it's by much.
Yeah, no, I'm not blaming Trafari for that one. It'd be pretty easy too, but no. And again, interesting, there are a lot of people coming down pit road. These guys have 5 sets to use today. And that is quite a few sets. Jason Gallagher is going to be from 6th place, the first one out of pit road. So another interesting split in strategy here, as some of the guys that stayed out under the first yellow, or the last yellow, I should say, are now coming in. But a lot of our guys here at the front, mainly these 4, Hyder, Cook, Gonzalez Green, and Lilly, they are staying out on that same set of tires. The first one on a fresh set is Thurston in 5th place.
Can we talk about how a lot of these guys are going in the grass? I mean, even Thurston under yellow just now went in the grass.
It's a way to cool your tires down.
Yeah, I was about to say, cool the tires down, get a little bit extra cheese or whatever, which I'm tired of hearing about cheese and iRacing, but...
I mean, it's just how it is, and if it's not going to be outlawed, then it's a viable strategy to get those tires cooled down.
Might as well. Hey, if it ain't broke, well, it is broke, but I mean, hey, take advantage. You ain't cheating, you're winning. You ain't winning.
So I do believe we'll be going back green this time by. Every restart, Hyder has been able to take control. Cook has not been able to put a proper attack on Hyder for the lead. Gonzalez, Green, and Lilly have just been kind of sitting back there waiting for something to happen. No damage there on Gonzalez Green. He didn't get hit by anybody, so he'll be all good. His tires might be a little scratched after that sideways through turn 3. Lilly also without any dents on that car, but these four here at the top four are guys on old tires. Everybody else is on new tires to an extent.
Well, they did a solid job, especially Hyder, of getting away. That was, what, like a 3-4 lap run? I think Hyder should be able to get away with maybe one more restart, but if we get another caution or this goes a little bit longer, you got to imagine he's going to come to pit road.
Well, I think the idea is, and I'm not too familiar with the fuel window here in tonight's race, but if these guys can try to make it on one more stop, they'll definitely try to. We've seen Hyder do it before at Watkins Glen. It's how he won that race. He basically cut a whole pit stop out of his strategy to win that one. If he could do it again, especially at a track like this where he's very clearly saving, a big reason why that checkup happened was because he had started slowing down and coasting a lot sooner than Gonzalez was expecting, then he's definitely going to try to do it.
I'm really interested to see how this restart turns.
Whoa! Moondros just
What
slammed
the?
McDonald. There's no way that was intentional. There must have been some kind of issue with the wheel or something, because he just turned dead right in a left-hand corner and door slammed McDonald.
Yeah, like, I don't think he was just paying attention, which, I mean, we're coming to the restart. Now isn't the time. You got to focus on what's ahead of you.
Yeah, that might have just been some kind of issue with his stuff, or maybe, I don't know. I'm not going to try to act like I know what's going on over there. But we are coming to the restart zone. Hyder and Cook once again, and we are back underway.
Another great jump by Hyder. He's going to easily clear the rest of the field. Person with the push on Gonzalez Green going into turn number 1.
Side by side, Gonzalez Green going for second, and he will clear Cook for second. But now he's opened the door for Thurston. Thurston's going for third on those fresh rubbers.
Gonzalez Green able to art the corner, get a good run off, but this is all benefiting Alexander Hyder, who has his biggest lead of the day, and that's coming off a restart. Look at the advantage the 24 has over the 63.
Well, knowing him, he's going to allow everyone to close back in on him. Gonzalez Green again, sideways, almost into the fence, but that's going to open the door for Thurston to move up to second. Now things are really getting heated up Armani, because now it's Hyder on old tires versus Thurston on new.
This is what Thurston has been looking for. Gonzalez Green with a little bit of a talk in the chat. We'll find out what that is later on, but Thurston, he's got a lot of ground to make up on that 24. With those fresh tires, you know he can get it done.
Jason Gallagher on the freshest tires of everyone. He's trying to get back up into the top 10, but Ethan Moses is blocking him. Contact through turn 2. He tried to block Jason Gallagher, but instead he almost wrecked his own car.
Thurston cuts the gap about a half of what it was before. Right now, the difference between himself and Hyder is 0.4 of a second. He cuts it down another bit. He inches closer and closer as they head into turn number 4.
Right now, I'm watching back here, Mobley Kelly side by side with Connor Trafari. They're trying to shuffle their way through the field on older tires. Trafari's the next one, and Mobley Kelly is blocking Chabinski down the front straightaway.
Thurston has closed in on Alexander Hyder.
Yep, here we go.
He nearly gets to the back bumper going into turn number 1. He's just at so much of an advantage on those fresh set of rubbers compared to Hyder. Look at the difference going into these set of corners. He is all over the back bumper of that 24.
And what do you do if you're the 24? Do you even bother, defending, or do you just give it up and go back to your saving ways? The next guy on freshest tires, I do believe, is Moondros, who's only now trying to make a move on Lilly. To the inside goes Thurston into turn 3.
Hyder is so good on the high side. Can he continue to make it work on fresh set of tires? Thurston trying to close the door. He takes the lead away from Hyder.
I believe that's one of very few times here tonight that we've seen anyone but Hyder up front. Hyder has a good run here down the front straightaway. He's not going to do anything with it, though. He's just going to give him a nice little bump draft down the front straightaway as they go towards turn 1.
Hyder got in the wall a little bit. That's going to allow Gonzalez, Green, and Cook to inch closer and closer to themselves. Right now, Cook on the fresh set of rubber. He's going to look to pull away from the rest of the field.
Yeah, so Thurston now leading, Hyder second, Gonzalez Green third, Cook fourth, Moondros in fifth. Moondros going all the way down the track for whatever reason it might be. Followed by Hankins, McDonald, then Lilly, then Harrison, side by side for 10th place. That's two guys on the freshest set of tires. Miles Davis versus Jason Gallagher.
Miles Davis, we are still disappointed in you for not having a funny paint scheme. Right now, side by side is him and Jason Gallagher. Up front, Thurston pulling away from the rest of the field.
Down the front straightaway, Gallagher and Davis. They're still side by side. Gallagher trying to eke ahead here towards turn 1. They're not making much progress on that fresh set of tires compared to everyone else in the top 10. Gallagher's going to swing around the outside and hold on to 10th place.
Right behind these two is Connor Trafari himself, trying to make up for slamming the outside wall earlier in the race. They're going to get a big run on Ethan Harrison.
Yeah, right now, it seems like everybody's single file. We have no side-by-side action throughout our field. Everybody's single file. That's just how it is here in Indianapolis. And Jason Gallagher is going for another move to the inside on Ethan Harrison. This is for 9th place.
Here we go. Gallagher to the inside of Harrison. Harrison has had a quiet day, but considering what has happened in this season, that is exactly what he needs.
And I was saying earlier, Armani, Hyder might just go back to just saving his stuff and holding up everybody and check it out. That's exactly what he's doing. Gonzalez Green has nowhere to go. He's practically stuck behind that 24.
Well, I mean, everyone's on basically the same tires that's behind them. Thurston has checked out. Gonzalez Green's going to go to the inside of Hyder. I'm not sure if it's going to work because Hyder's been so good on that top side. And Gonzalez Green get enough of a run to make the bottom work.
The thing is, I'm noticing not a lot of people are really having a good entry into the corner. They're giving Hyder a lot of room to work with. I wouldn't, if I were them, I'd be, going a lot higher down into the entries of this corner because frankly, Hyder's giving them a lot of room to work with.
See, I don't know if it's just because they're not, because we've seen a couple times in the race where, even in practice, where guys will try to go all the way to the wall or as close as they can, and they're unable to just really get that arch and stick it on the bottom. So maybe Hyder knows that, and he's like, I'm going to give you the room, but I know you're not going to make it work, so I'm going to get the better run for myself because I know that you have no choice but to go for a narrow entry.
I love what Jason Gallagher is doing, and he did this earlier on the season at Las Vegas. We mentioned it during the broadcast. He has such an interesting entry to these corners. He just puts it all the way down on the bottom of the straightaway and sails it into the corner and is practically scaring the people ahead of him into giving him a line. He just tried that move on Chris Lilly. Chris Lilly was able to swing it around the outside to hold on to 8th place, but Gallagher is definitely the faster of the two.
Yeah, trying to take advantage of those fresh set of tires, but the longer he stays behind these guys, the less of an effect they're going to have because the fresh tires, he's just going to use all of it trying to get by 1 car, 2 car. I mean, Thurston was lucky because he was able to restart, I believe 3rd or 5th. He just got by everyone fast, and you can see he has checked out. Even if you go to the blimp view of Alexander Hyder, you don't see Thurston anywhere, just on the corner of your screen. The rest of the guys are trying to take advantage.
Yeah, 1.2 seconds is the gap between Thurston and Hyder. Hyder is not worrying about Thurston at all right now. He's just trying to focus on saving his stuff as Jason Gallagher puts in a big send into turn 3, checks up the car in the center of turn 3, and he's got 8th place on Chris Lilly.
Nice work by Gallagher. Again, another guy on those fresh set of tires. I was next, I guess, victim, Clinton McDonald.
And I do want to mention one thing. Ethan Harrison and Trafari have been going after each other all night long. A couple laps ago, down the front straightaway, Ethan Harrison was just mirror driving Connor Trafari. And again, we keep bringing this up. These two need to be careful. They are not on good terms with the officials. One bad move and they could get suspended.
Again, you're asking Connor Trafari. And now you're throwing Ethan Harrison in the mix.
Yeah. Right now, Keola Hankins on the move after Moondros. Moondros into the fence. Same thing I was talking about with Aiden Smith. The wall comes at you on entry here, guys. And there goes Keola Hankins and McDonald. Moondros sideways down into turn 4. He is holding on to that thing.
Heard something from Diego Roldan. He just started cussing all over the radio. Looks fine so far. Currently in 17th, holding up Caden Mobley Kelly. And our friend in the number 5, I forgot his name.
George Tolsma.
George Tolsma.
I wouldn't be
yeah,
surprised if that's who he's bitching about.
Well, he's ahead of Tolsma right now, and actually ahead of both Kelly and Tolsma. But if anything, I think he's the one that's holding up the two. Yeah, he is. Kelly and Tolsma, they are clearly faster than that 99, but he's just holding them up right now. Again, so hard to pass here at this race.
Where is Tolsma going? I see him in the background. Oh, Jesus. And Jason Gallagher, sorry to interrupt, but Jason Gallagher, while you were talking about that, passed Moondros, and now he's going after McDonald. I wonder how much pace he genuinely has here on James Thurston. The gap between him and Hyder right now is 1.6 seconds. Gallagher has passed everyone up to 6th place. He's coming up to Hankins next.
We'd have to look at the lap times. That last time around was a 54.860. Thurston was a 54.578. But then again, it's a different situation. Gallagher's on the move. Thurston, he just has to conserve. So you can look at the lap times, but right now, even that could kind of be skewed for a bit.
So, 2 guys on the same strategy as Gallagher right now. Miles Davis and Connor Trafari, they are right now trapped behind Chris Lilly and Moondros. They have not been making as aggressive of moves as Gallagher's been able to do. They have right now just been saying nose and tail. Now they're trying to make some moves here on Chris Lilly here to get inside the top 10.
Donovici. We got guys on pit road. I'll stop that for a second, but yeah, we got Eider, and it looks like, Cook on pit road.
Yeah, so now they're coming in this part of the strategy here, halfway in the race. I wonder if this is the strategy. I don't know if they're going to plan to stop one more time, but they definitely plan to come in on this lap. This is fully intentional.
Well, remember, I talked with Caden earlier, and he said that the guys that stayed out were probably going to be committed to a 1 or a 2-stop strategy. Now, the guys who came on the pit road that last time, they're definitely committed to a 2-stop strategy. So we'll see how this plays out. I think because of how important tires are, especially later on in these runs, you can't make it work on a 1-stop, or else you're just going to get chewed up by the rest of the field.
I wonder what you do. I wonder what you do if you're Thurston here, because now you're going to, as Gonzalez Green now brings it to pit road. I wonder what you do if you're Thurston, because now you're all on your own. All right, now you're going to be on the worst tire. And when you stop again, you're going to have to now make a way through the field, because now Hyder's going to have all the clean air in the world on those fresh set of tires. He's going to be able to chop a bunch of time off you.
Well, he had, like a 1.6, 1.7 lead, so I think he's got a little bit of room to work with, but you mentioned clean air. Not exactly. Jeremy Cook actually beat out Alexander Hyder on pit road. So Hyder, before he even thinks about getting to Thurston, he's got to get through Cook.
Oh, wow. I didn't even realize. Not a great pit entry there for Alexander Hyder. Allowed the 70 of Jerry Cook to go by him. Now they're going to be racing for position.
I mean, Hyder gets a lot better run off of turn 4 this time. We haven't really seen Hyder have to go on the offense as much, or less so on the defense. I'm going to take a look to see where Thurston is. He has crossed the start finish line. He has not come on the pit road. We'll see how it is. That last time around was a 55.028. Take a look to see what the last time was for those two. Well,
interesting thing here. Jason Gallagher has brought it into the pit lane.
Really?
Yeah, so guy on the freshest tires on the track was running the fastest laps on the track, even faster than Thurston, has brought it into pit road. He's going to go ahead and get his strategy in to where he's going to be on the same set as everyone else, like Hyder and Cook. Interesting strategy there.
Well, just as you mentioned that, Hyder got by Cook, and Cook didn't even put up a fight. I think he's trying to save a little bit of his equipment, which is interesting to say because you think the roles would be reversed. Right now, it is Hyder who looks to be on the charge, and Cook trying to save some tire.
Yeah, oh, and my goodness, that's Moondros and Clinton McDonald coming to pit road. Clinton might have sped, but Moondros came in literally the last second and almost hit the end of the pit wall.
James Thurston still is yet to come on the pit road. I'm not sure what his strategy is right now. If he's trying to make it on one less stop than the rest of the field, again, with how important tires are, I don't even know if that's worth it.
Yeah.
Kennedy, something's going on with him.
What's going on with Kennedy? What's he doing?
I don't know. He just put a sad face in the chat.
Oh, well, he's not in the race anymore, so... Oh, wait.
Maybe that's why.
Yeah, he's probably just doing his thing. Yeah, so Jason Gallagher is now behind Gonzalez Green. He's definitely gained a lot of time on everyone else. I'm just curious on why he chose to pit now. I mean, he could have probably went a lot longer, could have went the same strategy as Thurston. But maybe the thing is, he does have better tires than the top three ahead of him. So he'll be able to chop the time up on them. He's actually catching up to him right now. But, yeah, interesting strategy here. I thought he'd go longer.
The gap between Thurston and Hyder right now is 43 seconds. I'm not sure if Thurston, he's just... Again, he might be okay. His lap time last time was a 54.932. Way slower than Alexander Hyder. His last time around was a 53.714. So we're talking 1.2 seconds faster. Ken, let me see what Thurston's going to do here. He still has yet to come on the pit road.
Talk to them for a little bit. I got to go take a mid-race piss.
Well, that's why I took my piss before we went to green. But right now, Thurston is up front. And we're not sure exactly what the strategy is with James Thurston. He's got a 4.1 second lead over Keola Hankins, Connor Trafari, Miles Davis. But right now, we got to look at Alexander Hyder and Jeremy Cook. Those two have come onto pit road along with Jason Gallagher. Hyder got by Cook. I think Cook is saving a little bit of his equipment on the number 24 because he just let him by no problem. These two are going nearly 2 seconds faster than James Thurston. I mean, Thurston, he's got to come into pit road one of these times because right now the gap between himself and the 24 has dropped all the way down to 28.5 seconds. They are flying catching the 96. And so far, Thurston has yet to come on the pit road, and he is continuing to stay on the racetrack. His last time by, we're going to see right now as he crosses the yard of bricks. A 55 flat for James Thurston. Compare that to Alexander Hyder, who just put down a 53.800. 1.2 seconds faster than James Thurston. He is continuing to charge harder and harder through that 96 car.
I've returned.
Welcome back.
Hello. Did anything happen?
No.
Okay, good.
Connor Trafari murdered the field.
Oh, no, Connor.
Oh, we're hearing from Miles Davis that Connor Trafari just cyber attacked him.
Well, that sounds about right. They've been racing together for the most part. Yeah, actually, where did...
Thurston coming on the pit road.
Well, good thing I came back just in time.
Sorry to cut you off, but Thurston finally comes on the pit road. Let's see where he'll come out compared to the leaders.
Yeah,
or I guess compared to Hyder.
Moses, okay, Mobley Kelly almost wrecked it coming to pit road. He holds on to the thing. He's coming in as well.
A narrow, long pit road. This is going to allow Alexander Hyder and Jeremy Cook to make up a lot of ground.
And now that will put Keola Hankins up to the front of the field for the first time here tonight. He's staying out how long here. We'll see what he can do. Maybe trying to catch a caution or maybe trying to make it on one more stop.
Miles Davis saying this was not the strat. I think he's still staying out. He just came off the pit road all the way down to 19th.
And yes, they've completely smoked past the 096. Thurston's going to have a lot of time to make up, but it might be worth it if he doesn't have to stop again. Hyder, Cook, Gonzalez Green and Jason Gallagher, top 4, all under a blanket for the lead. Or for the net lead, I should say.
Yeah, this is the battle to watch right now. Thurston, he's got a lot of work to do right now. But again, does he go for another pit stop?
We'll see here. Right now, Hankins is on pit road. That gives the lead to Connor Trafari. There he is right there. Landon Warren second. Aiden Smith trying to go after him for second place. Roldan in fourth. Chabinski in fifth. And I'll give a quick shout out to Daniel Botting, sixth place. Probably the first time he's ever been this high up in the field.
Stop on track and you get 6. Okay, what is Miles Davis? Miles, you cannot make up for the fact that you do not run a funny paint ski. Fari still has not come to pit road, and his lap times are just getting worse and worse.
Well, he's gonna keep, I'm assuming he's just gonna go as long as he can, trying to catch a yellow.
Has to be, because that's the only thing that makes any sense.
We're watching Thurston. He's striking his charge through the field. He's just past Harrison for 13th place. Up the road is lap car Aiden Arevalo, and then not lap car, lead lap car Chris Lilly.
How many cars are lapped down? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
eight,
6,
up
7,
to 18th.
9. Yeah, 8 cars a lap down or more. Aiden Robertson, let me commentate to be honest.
Oh, okay. Moondros just got a door slam from lap car Ethan Moses. Ethan Moses came out of the pit lane on fresher tires, tried to make the pass on Moondros, and just muscled his way past Moondros.
I mean, this race has definitely got more interesting. I mean, before it was just everyone on top of one another. Everyone still is, relatively speaking, but now with different strategies in the mix, like, you know, what Thurston is doing, what Hyder is doing, what everyone is doing, it's opened the door for something new to happen.
Yeah, right now, everyone within this top 4, they're making peaks on each other. This 4-car pack over here. They're making peaks, but they're not really going for any moves at the moment.
I mean, I'd say it's like you got, like you mentioned, it's a pack of 4, but it's like split into 2 bubbles. You got the 24 and the 70 leading the way. Then you got a couple car lengths to the 63 and the 85. But again, everyone now on the same equal tires, so really not a lot of opportunity unless one makes a mistake.
Connor Jafari has brought it to pit road, followed by Diego Roldan. That will give the lead to Aiden Smith.
I'm really interested to see how this pays off. I mean, is Cook saving his stuff? Is Hyder just that much faster? Because he made that pass on Cook look easy after their pit stops.
Thurston has passed Aiden Arevalo. That's one less car to worry about. Up next is Ethan Moses.
So right now, Thurston is in 8th.
There are 3 cars still on the track that have not stopped. That is Aiden Smith, who's coming in now. Then it's Owen Chabinski, and then Daniel Botting. Chabinski's bringing it in now. What will Daniel Botting do? It appears Botting will do the same. The top 3 remaining on the track are bringing it to pit road. Caution's out!
Caution!
I don't know what that's for. I'm going to try to see if I can find it.
Let's find it. Ethan Harrison. I hear something on the radio from Harrison.
I can't find it. I don't see any smoke on the track. It might be Ethan Harrison. I'm going to go and try to take a peek.
I'm trying to see it too, but I mean, Ethan Harrison, he immediately. Gavin, Aiden Robertson is asking to let him commentate.
No. I'm trying to figure out where it was. I did see smoke coming to pit road, but...
Oh, Owen Trubisky, we're here.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, so Owen Chabinski sucks and wrecked himself coming to pit road. You know, I saw that. I saw the smoke, and I panned over to Chabinski, but he had already straightened the car out at that point. And, yeah, so that's going to be the caution flag. Chabinski, kind of a silly caution if you ask me.
That was a caution? I've seen worse not be cautions.
This is, yeah, it's off the track too, so it's kind of weird that this is a yellow. He didn't even go... Yeah, so that's a silly yellow right there. There's been a lot of debate about how ASCA should do its cautions, whether it should be automatic or manual. This might help in the crowd that wants it to be manual cautions led by Dunn. Because, yeah, that definitely should not have been a yellow. That kind of just ruined everything.
Yeah, we were setting up for a pretty good... I mean...
And everyone's coming to pit road. Well, a majority of yeah, everyone within the top 5 is bringing it in. You know, interesting thing here. Chabinski's going to get an EOL from Dunn for that, because he did cause the caution. But there are a few people, specifically Aiden Smith, who pitted on that same exact lap. I think that because he just pit, he is going to stay out, and he will take the lead of this race. Yes, that's exactly what's happening. Keola Hankins stays out as well. So these guys that stayed out long, like Hankins, Smith, Mobley, Kelly, Trafari, Warren, Roldan, and Botting, they have won in this situation. They're on fresh tires, and they will be able to take control of this race.
So Keola Hankins is first, Aiden Smith is second. This motherfucker's in third.
Yeah, he's in third. I'm assuming...
wreck him.
And I'm assuming Chabinski will get an EOL for what happened there. I guess he's just taking his sweet time with that.
Oh, look at the chat.
Yeah, Connor wrecked Caden.
What is Connor doing?
Connor's saving his fuel by running the apron.
And there we go, Trubinsky EOL penalty.
Yeah, so he's going to get sent to the rear for that. Good call there by Dunn. So there will be 7 or 8 drivers that will be splitting apart Hyder and the lead. So for the first time tonight, we're probably going to see Hyder actually race.
You don't? Wait. You're telling me Alexander Hyder isn't just going to be a clean air merchant?
No, he's got to actually pass some cars now.
Yay! We'll have things happen.
And Thurston will have some work to do as well. He still has to pass a few cars before he can fully get back in the hunt for the win. He's got Gonzalez, Green, and Cook in between him and Hyder.
This is... I've never seen... Can we just read this top? Can we just...
Yeah, go wild. Go wild.
So Keola Hankins is leading. Then you got Aiden Smith, Aiden Mobley Kelly, this bastard, Connor Osama bin Trafari, Landon Warren, Diego Roldan, Alexander Hyder, Jeremy Cook, Alexander Gonzalez Green, and James Thurston, the top 10. What is this?
So Owen Chabinski's getting that EOL penalty. Daniel Botting has also decided something that George Tolsma probably should have thought of when he was up front. He understands that he's not fast enough with these guys. He's going to bring it down pit road. He'll start at the rear. Respectable choice there by Daniel Botting. Wish George Tolsma thought the same. So there will be 6 cars between Hyder and the lead, and there's some fast competition here, mainly having to do with Keola Hankins and Connor Trafari. You know that those two are in a prime position to take a win away with about 25 laps to go. They're going to be putting on a challenge here for these guys behind them.
Remember, Aiden Smith was in the wall, and he's all the way back up to second.
Yeah, Aiden Smith is hungry. He wants another good finish, especially after what happened last week between him and Connor Trafari. These guys are going to be nose to tail. We'll see what these two can do together if it is not pretty. Coming to the restart, it will be 25 laps to go.
It's crunch time.
It is, Armani, it is. And hopefully not the crunching of sheet metal. It'll be the crunching of engines, the crunching of whatever the fuck, anything that doesn't mean wreckage. As they come out of turn 4, the pace car is going to make the left-hand turn onto pit road. Let's see how things roll. We'll see these guys finally race it out for the first time tonight. To the restart zone, Keola Hankins, Aiden Smith, the 4th. We're back underway.
Good jump by Hankins. So far, so good.
Hyder 3 wide into turn 1. He backs out of it on Warren and Cook. Cook on the outside of Warren. Contact Hyder and Warren.
Oh, we're getting a little bit dicey here in the final stages of this race. Alexander Hyder understands it is crunch time. He's got to get it going. He's in the middle of 3
Oh,
wide.
George Tosma into the inside wall. No caution. We keep it green. Somehow that wasn't a yellow, but Owen Chabinski's was.
What? How does that make any sense?
And that was a huge restart, Armani. Both Cook and Thurston have passed Hyder. Warren into the fence again. He is falling back. Things are falling apart for Landon Warren.
So if we're going up to guys who came on the pit road, we are looking at Cook, Thurston, and Hyder in that order. They got by Caden Mobley Kelly. Their next challenge will be Diego Roldan.
Yeah, right now there is a gap there with Caden Mobley Kelly between Cook and Thurston. Thurston still has some work to do. Hyder needs to get back into position. He just gave up 2 valuable spots in this race.
Ferrari with the run on the inside of Aiden Smith as they go down the backstretch. Ferrari trying to get that second spot, but Smith blocking him all the way down.
Yeah, these two have history, Armani. Things might get ugly.
And here comes Cook right on the back bumper. Diego Roldan. He wants a piece of this action as he's entered the top 5.
If you're Cook, you need to keep in mind that these two might just straight up wreck each other here. Aiden Smith demanded some kind of penalty for Trafari's actions last weekend. Trafari got nada. He got nothing. Smith might feel the need to put things into his own hands.
Well, right now, the thing that Cook needs to worry about is getting by Diego Roldan in that 99 machine. Currently behind the duo of Aiden Smith and Connor Trafari.
And Cook has pulled away very handsomely from Thurston, but now with all these cars in the way, Thurston has an open invitation to come back into this battle.
Here we go. Smith doing a good job holding off this trio of Trafari, Roldan, and Cook. Up front, it is Keola Hankins leading the way.
And this is huge for Hankins. Hankins has been in position. I'm going to scratch that. Here comes Trafari to the inside on Aiden Smith.
There's only been 2 other winners this season besides Alexander Hyder and James Thurston. One of them is Connor Trafari. He's side by side with Aiden Smith going down the yard of bricks.
Dale Roldan put Aiden Smith into the fence, gave him a bad bump down the front straightaway. That will not deter Smith. Trafari don't slam Smith into 1.
This is getting dicey here. Smith going way up the racetrack. Trafari's easily going to clear him, and Smith is now under challenge from Jeremy Cook.
That might have been Smith coming down the track. That might have been Connor coming up the track. A little premature. Smith sideways into Roldan. Roldan down the racetrack.
I don't know how he saved that, Gavin, but everyone is squared away right now. Trafari in the 2nd spot. Cook in the 3rd spot.
Thurston trying to get past Roldan now, but Roldan places that car exactly where he needs to hold him off into turn 3.
Top 3 right now. You got the 6 in 1st. You got the 9 in 2nd. Nice. And then you got Jeremy Cook in 3rd.
Oh boy, this is going to get crazy. Now Trafari has to deal with Cook. How will he deal with him? We saw how he got the position from Aiden Smith. He doored him. Here comes Diego Roldan. Dive bomb into turn 1 for 4th.
I thought he was going to back out of it at the last second, but he actually manages to get to the back bumper of him. Now he gets to side by side to his door. Aiden Smith trying to hold on that high side. James Thurston just saying, can I get around these guys, please? And then you can continue your battle, but just with me ahead of you. And as for another battle, you got Jeremy Cook looking to the inside of Connor Trafari. Going into turn number 3, he's going to... Oh, he's side by side with Trafari, and Hankins not going anywhere. He's only about a car length ahead of this battle. He clears Trafari.
Cook is now up to 2nd. I'll tell you, Cook has been close on 2 occasions once before to get his first career ASCA Cup Series victory. One came at Watkins Glen. He got into Thurston through the S's, got major amounts of damage that took him out of contention. And one was last weekend. He got into contact with Diego Roldan, sparking a huge accident out of turn 2. This is the best opportunity he has had. He has 1 car ahead of him to victory.
two dominant drivers all season long have been Alexander Hyder and James Thurston. Jeremy Cook is saying, I should be in that conversation as well. It should be the big three, not the big two. He's trying to put a name for himself as he goes to the inside.
Oh my gosh!
Blocks him and he just moves him out the way.
That was a silly.
Goes to the inside. Hold on, it's not over yet. Sorry to cut you off, but Jafari goes to the inside of Cook.
My goodness, Armani. That was, I'm going to be honest, that was a very silly block there by the 6. I don't know why he did that. He shoved him all the way down to the apron. Cook had nowhere to go. And once again, the hunger for a victory for Keola Hankins has been stripped away. And now Cook is to the lead.
Connor Trafari went for it on the inside. He saw a gap. He went for it. Bill Hankins does not sound happy with Jeremy Cook. I'm not sure why. I mean, Hankins, he clearly just threw a bad block on Cook, and now he's going to pull away from Trafari.
Yeah, I don't know what was happening there. We'll feel about it post-race when we have our interviews. Right now, Gallagher on the move to the inside on Aiden Smith.
Aiden Smith has been losing a lot of spots recently, and he's going to lose another one here to Gallagher as they go into turn number 4. Ethan Harrison right behind Gallagher. He's going to look to the slot in behind as they go by Aiden Smith.
And right now, no one has been as fast as Jerry Cook. Thurston and Hyder have just not been able to make up the time that Jerry's been able to. There's still Roldan and Trafari between them and Cook.
I'll tell you what, Trafari has done a good job keeping pace with that 70 car, not letting him out of his sight. Should Cook make a mistake, Trafari's there to pounce.
Man, I'm looking at that damage on the 6 for the first time. That wheel is completely bent to the right. He is struggling to hold that thing straight down the straightaway. He's going to continue to lose spots for the rest of this race.
Another shout out here, Diego Roldan up into the 3rd spot. He's got a little bit of a buffer between himself and Thurston, but right now, two-time defending ASCA Series champion, holding strong in the final podium spot.
Yeah, and we've been waiting all season for him to have a good run. It's not that he's bad on iRacing. He's actually quite good. He's just been getting himself in the wrong spots at the wrong time. He was racing for the win at Iowa last weekend, got into that contact with Jerry Cook that sparked a huge accident, took out himself, Jerry, and Hyder from contention. He's also had bad wrecks at Daytona and at Fontana, his home track. He's been really having a rough go at it this season to defend his title. And while the title hopes are surely over, there's no way that he can win a title this season. He's finally putting on a good performance, and he might even get a little bit more as he goes after Trafari for second.
Jeremy Cook pulling away. He's just praying that these final 15 to 16 laps go green the rest of the way. The last thing he wants is a caution and bunch the field back up.
But this is ASCA here, Armani. A caution could come at any moment, but I will say this. He's not pulling away as much as I would have thought. Trafari is only half a second back.
Yeah, Trafari's done a really good job of keeping pace with Jeremy Cook. I don't know if Cook has just used up a lot of stuff or Trafari's just really pushing it, but Trafari is not going away, and even got Diego Roldan in the mix as he actually got really squirrely going out of turn number 2, but it is not over yet. Again, if Cook steps out of bounds, you got Trafari there to pounce.
Harrison continuing to go on the move. Dive bomb into turn 3. That's for 7th place, I should say. Harrison's got it over Gonzalez Green.
Gonzalez Green looking to fight back. He gets a little bit closer going to turn number 4, but not enough as Ethan Harrison is going to hold steady for that 8th spot.
Miles Davis right behind, going for 9th on Aiden Smith. Smith continues to fall back. Chris Lilly watching on. Chris Lilly has not exactly had a bad day, but if he was hoping to get some points on Thurston and Hyder, it has still not come to fruition. He's now trying to get back inside the top 10 as he tries to get around Aiden Smith.
Aiden Smith and Miles Davis, those are the 2 cars in front of Chris Lilly right now. Aiden Smith pitching himself on the bottom, trying to force Chris Lilly to go to the top.
Yeah, and Smith's just trying to hold on for whatever he can. He's trying to get some good results here, but as he falls outside the top, or about to fall outside the top 10, Chris Lilly backing up the corner here, trying to set some up for turn 4.
Nothing going on in terms of the front of the field. It is still Jeremy Cook up front, Connor Trafari in second, Diego Roldan about 2 car lengths back of Trafari in third. And in fourth place, you got James Thurston on the same strategy as Jeremy Cook and Alexander Hyder making up your top 5.
We have a few guys pitting here, Armani. Ethan Moses, Aiden Arevalo have come in. These guys, I believe, stayed out under that last caution period when they wanted to get their lap back. So they're coming back in because they cannot make it. I don't know whether this has any relevance to the actual leaders and whether they can make it. But what this says is that things are fully complete when it comes to pit stops. Some of these guys might not be able to make it to the end.
Well, the 09 split in his pit box even more, so his days is going to go from bad to worse.
Here comes second Armani. Here he comes. Here comes Diego Roldan on Trafari.
We've been waiting for this. Roldan really getting to the back bumper of Trafari. Peeking.
Ethan Harrison's coming to pit road.
Boy, Trafari, he's really holding up Diego Roldan right now. He's going to send it. Roldan's actually going to back up a little bit, try to get a better run off the exit.
Here he comes into turn 2 here, Armani. Right now, Roldan's all over the back of Trafari. Trafari trying to do everything to hold on to that thing. These two have been good friends on the track for many years now. They've even battled for a championship against each other last season. Well, things get heated here. We know how Trafari has a reputation. To the inside goes Roldan. Trafari sliding it down to turn 3, trying to hold steady.
Trafari has a win. Diego does not. You know Roldan will want nothing more than to have a shot at the victory. I don't think it's going to come as Cook is pulled away, but what better way to position yourself by
they're coming to pits.
They're
pitting.
Coming to pit road. And I think Roldan is actually going to beat Trafari on the pit road, but to both of them, keep it under the pit road speed limit.
And keep in mind that these guys stayed out a few extra laps than everyone else before they pit. So how close can these guys make it? Are these guys in fuel conservation mode? And is that why Thurston and Hyder have not charged to the front in the same way Cook did?
Could that be the case? That very well could be. So right now, Cook is up front. James Thurston has moved up to second. He's nearly 3 seconds behind. Alexander Hyder is in third as well. So the top 3 at the start of the race is the top 3 once again.
And Hyder just passed Thurston. Thurston is giving the spot to Hyder. There is definitely fuel conservation mode going on right now because Thurston just handed it to Hyder.
So then what's going to happen here? These guys going to have to pit? Are we going to see a fuel mileage situation? Because if it's fuel mileage, I mean, keep an eye as well on guys like maybe Trafari. If carts fall the right way, see where Roldan is at. Right now, Trafari's coming out in the 14th spot. Roldan, he's going to come out in 23rd. He just came off pit road, so I think Diego Roldan did get caught speeding.
Man, that sucks for Roldan. He was hoping for a good day. Maybe a caution will come his way and give him a break. And I'll tell you this much. If you're Cook, you need to be, if you cannot make it, if you're Cook, you need to start saving now. You have 3.5 seconds that you can burn right now with 10 laps to go. But I'll tell you, if he's still pulling away right now, Cook might be able to make it.
It doesn't look like he's saving. He's still running at a relatively normal pace, but Hayden Mobley-Kelly just got by Cook to get his lap back. So maybe he's saving a little bit, or I'm not sure if Kelly came on the pit road and he's got a fresh set of rubber, but well, maybe he is. I mean, he's only about 180, about in the 180s going into turn number 1, so he's probably not saving in the corners, but he's saving more on the straightaways. Let's see what his top-end speed is as he heads down the backstretch, but maybe he is saving fuel.
Clinton McDowell came in last time by from inside the top 10, so he's going to go and give that up. With under 10 laps to go this time by, things are not over. I was ready to give a celebration to Jerry Cook, and very much still might be the winner at the end of this race in 10 laps time. But things are definitely getting a lot more interesting.
And he make it on fuel? That is the question. Continuing to pull away from Hyder and Thurston. I don't think he's in fuel-saving mode right now. He has picked up the pace once again. 199 going
He's not,
into
that's not
turn
saving.
number 1.
That's not saving. You are not saving
Yeah,
if you're
he's not
going
saving.
199. I'll say this much. He has pulled a whole second on Hyder in the last 2 laps. So it's very clear that Hyder and Thurston are saving. Cook is not.
This is looking like Watkins Glen. Like I mentioned, it's the same 3 contenders up front, but instead of Hyder managing to
You got
correctly
it?
do the fuel numbers, yeah, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, you got it.
Cook.
I'll tell you what, someone else has come into the fray. If Cook has to stop, Gonzalez Green is now up to the back of Thurston. He's looking low at least for a second. He's going to wait station right behind James Thurston. All 3 of these guys are just saving as much fuel as they can.
Gonzalez Green, once again, back into contention. Second, fourth, separated by a blanket. Gonzalez Green goes to the inside of Thurston.
But you can see, look how slow they're going into turn 1. They're practically coasting throughout that second half of the straightaway. Oh my goodness! Gonzalez Green almost turned Thurston. The yellow's out. Cook's not done yet. We've had a crash on the speedway. And it's Diego Roldan who has crashed on the front straightaway.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Fellas, this is ASCA, where we can't have good things.
You gotta be kidding me.
Let's see what happened here. Oh, what? So coming out of turn 3 here, he gets loose. Did he just wreck himself? What the fuck is he doing?
He just turned a...
That's not an accident. That's not on, yeah, no, that, and then Hunter M. Cole, yeah, that's definitely intentional, yeah. That, he did that on purpose. He was drifting for fun. He's not correcting the car. Look at him. Look at the wheel. He's not correcting the car. He was doing that on purpose.
I'm trying to get it, but
I'm gonna get a cockpit cam of this. I think that he was genuinely just fucking around, and he wrecked himself. You could tell he's tight. He corrects it right there, but he never gets off the throttle. Yeah, he did that on purpose. Yeah, no, that's on purpose. That's on purpose. You could say that Collier. Yeah, and then he just accelerates into Collier. He did that on purpose. Yeah, he just... Wow, okay, so, yeah, I can say with confidence that Diego Roldan just caused a caution on purpose. Yeah, no, he definitely... And then he accelerated into Collier. Like, he did that on purpose.
Hold on.
He just ruined this race. And then Hunter, under yellow, Hunter slows down in front of him. Hunter's mad at him pretty reasonably.
Yeah, I just saw the... What the...
Yeah, no, Diego did that on purpose. Wow, Diego just ruined this race. Wow. Defending champion, Diego Roldan, everybody.
I don't understand. Like,
I don't know why he would do that.
Well, you mentioned earlier, maybe he did need that caution because he was on pit road, because he spent on pit road, but, I mean, that's just blatant. We're hearing 5 guys stayed out on the racetrack.
I mean, you do at this point. Let's see who it is. Miles Davis took 2 tires. He's jumped everybody on 2 tires. The guys that have stayed out. Jason Gallagher, Clinton McDonald. Now, keep in mind, some of these guys did stop, including Clinton McDonald. I do know Clinton McDonald did stop. So McDonald stopped. Mobley Kelly stays out, along with Arevalo and Warren. I do believe that some of these guys, I know McDonald and Arevalo for a fact, pit earlier in the green flag run.
Yeah, Kelly just said he pitted 5 laps ago.
Well, then the difference might not be as harsh as we would have thought. Because now, what we got here is guys on semi-fresh tires and everyone else on fresh tires here for the end. It's going to be a 3-lap dash to the finish. More than likely, we're going to have an overtime or two before this is said and done.
More likely, probably guaranteed.
Yeah, more than likely.
More than likely guaranteed. But it wouldn't be ASCA if we didn't. This is Gallagher. I mean, my lineup still is kind of wonky, but you know, Gallagher, McDonald, Kelly. Oh, no! What is about to happen?
Dunn is blaming Collier for that.
What?
Yeah.
Is Donovici a moron?
Yes.
He needs to look at the replay. I mean, you saw that he had used the Roldan showed no effort to make the corner.
He's saying that he wasn't full throttling. Okay, you know what? No. I guess that
bring him back to the booth. Bring him to the booth.
I guess no. You know what? No, this is Dunn I'm talking about. I'm never going to. Welcome to ASCA, everyone. You will literally see a guy. You saw on the stream. You'll see a guy drifting through turn 4, putting himself in the fence, and then after someone runs into him, he just full throttles into him down the straight. And then chat, we have 24 people in here. That was Roldan, right? That was the 99's fault, right? Like, our lead official is saying that's on Collier because he cleared himself off the guy that was drifting through turn 4. I cannot believe that. That's a little silly in my opinion, but I guess I'll get a little. Yeah, a little. But let's go ahead and drop that for right now. Let's get back to the action. We're going to be coming back here with, I believe, 4 laps to go. Yes, 4 laps to go to settle this race. It will be Jason Gallagher. Still looking for that first career ASCA Cup Series victory. He's been here since the beginning. He's been one of our lead officials in the board of directors. He's looking to bring home his first career victory. We got Clinton McDonald, and then one of our founders, Caden Mobley Kelly, Arevalo, and then Warren. The first driver on fresh tires, 2 fresh tires, is Miles Davis, followed by Jerry Cook on 4 fresh tires. Green flag back in the air. 3 laps to go, or 4 laps to go. There goes Thurston into the fence.
McDonald gets squirrely.
Oh, wait, Kennedy! Thurston spinning!
Yellow flag.
Oh, we got a big one. Oh, my goodness.
And so much wheel spin. Thurston with big damage on the 096.
Wow.
My goodness.
Going to overtime.
My goodness. That was awful, awful, awful. And we have to take a look at that right now. Here's the start. And you can just see the wheel spin. Look at the wheel spin off the start. McDonald wheel spins. Thurston hits the back of Miles Davis, gets slingshotted into the fence. And then right here, watch this. Wayne A. Kennedy goes up into 4th, loses control, runs into Thurston. Dylan Fox gets into it. And unfortunately for that, that's just everybody spinning their tires. Wayne A. Kennedy is going to have to take the blame for that one, for losing control. My goodness, that is awful.
You know who's loving this?
Alexander Hyder.
Yep, one guy gets into trouble, the other one benefits, because now Thurston, he is not happy. Hey, Thurston, he is, I think he's trying to wreck Davis.
Uh-oh. Let's get cameras on that.
Just took out Davis.
Uh-oh. That's gonna, well, okay, knowing Chris, he won't suspend him. No, uh-oh. Davis coming back. They're hitting each other.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my goodness. Davis coming back.
Thurston was waiting for him.
Oh, boy. Let's get another replay of that one, fellas. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Here it comes. Here it is. Now, Chris said that this would be a suspension. And he sees it right there in front of him. Now, knowing Chris...
Thurston waited for Davis.
And then he waited for him again. Hits him again. Now, whether Chris will give him a suspension, if he wants to be consistent, he should. But, Chris might let him get... Chris might... What?
He's already failed at that.
He's already failed at that once before. So, we'll see how Chris feels about that after the race. I have an opinion on it. If you're going to be consistent, you got to suspend Thurston for that. But, we'll see about that. I mean, by that logic, Connor should have gotten suspended, but he didn't. So, again, we'll see how the officials feel about that. The officials are going to have a lot of work to do post-race. So, more than likely, there will be a call that I'll bitch about, but they don't care, so it's whatever. They don't care if I don't like it.
Thurston just tried saying that he didn't wreck him, so it shouldn't matter.
Yeah! No, that's not how that works. That's not how that works. Chris has said before that if you wreck someone under yellow, it's a no-tolerance policy. Unless you're Connor Trafari, in which case you can get away with it, but...
No, that's true.
Yeah. But, yeah, we saw last week Levi Leip wrecked Owen Chabinsky under caution. And Marcus Vanderlee also got suspended, and Nicholas Martinez Jr. So, post-race will be fun. We'll have a lot of coverage post-race with everybody about that. It's going to be exciting post-race, everybody, so make sure to tune in.
Thurston was removed from the server.
Oh, boy!
Kicked him out.
Dunn made a good call! Dunn made a good call! So Dunn makes the call up in the tower. James Thurston is done for the night. We'll see how the officials feel about it post-race. This has gone insane.
Wow.
And that is one of your championship protagonists getting DQ'd from the session. Might be a suspension post-race. And Chris has been saying for weeks, he's been saying, I'm tired of the wrecking. I'm tired of you guys constantly ruining good finishes. How is he willing to suspend one of your championship protagonists?
I just can't.
Because it's going to be his call. It's going to be his call.
I mean, I get why Thurston is upset, but I mean, it's just a restart. We've seen all night long these restarts can get really wild. So, and he was in a he got into the wall, but I mean, it just looked like a bad restart, a racing deal. Like that was. But I'd suspend Thurston. I mean, you have to. You have to. Not only did he wait for Davis, but on top of that. I'm restarting my racing, by the way, because it's froze. But on top of that, he waited for him like twice.
The thing is that I've been very critical of Chris, mainly because I care about ASCA. I want ASCA to thrive, and I want ASCA to be successful. If ASCA, right, if the whole idea here is that if you're going to want to stop people that are causing trouble, you got to punish people. He is new. He is a rookie. You gotta put your foot down. All right, and I was hoping he would have put his foot down when Connor wrecked Marcus on purpose at Las Vegas, and then Connor just blatantly lied to his face, and Chris believed it, and said he didn't do it. He didn't. He put his foot down when Levi wrecked Owen, which was good. That was a good start. If you really want to get people to believe that you want your series to stop all this wrecking and all this bullshit, you gotta suspend Thurston. Because him wrecking Davis under yellow, you have said on multiple occasions, is an instant suspension. No tolerance. We'll talk about that post-race. We have an overtime restart underway. Gallagher and Mobley Kelly will be leading it back to the green here. This is going to be insane. Can we make it to turn one?
Probably not.
Coming to the restart zone, and we are back underway.
Here we go. Once again, a good restart from Gallagher.
Gallagher. Go ahead, my bad.
I was going to say, Marvin Kelly slots into the second spot for the time being. He said he was going to change his mindset coming into this race where he's just going to start focusing on trying to make the playoffs and just focus on trying to go for the win and getting the best result possible.
Ethan Harrison through the grass. He slammed the wall coming out of turn 4. There goes Moondros! Moondros going around! Into Miles Davis. Ethan Moses involved. And things are going to hell. Owen Shabitsky around. Kaola Hankins is in it. Oh my goodness. Oh, Gonzalez Green is in it too.
We're really about to use all 3 of our...
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Why can't we have nice things?
We can't have nice things because Diego caused that first wreck. That was apparently Collier's fault, so I guess I'm blaming Collier for that. So here's the first contact. Oh, no. Connor Jafari dooring Ethan Harrison. Okay, nope, never mind. Nope, that was Gonzalez Green. Let's go and just get a full slow-mo here. Gonzalez Green attempts it. This starts all the way back in turn 1. Gonzalez Green goes for the hole right there. Gets into Trafari down to turn 1. Trafari down into Ethan Harrison. Ethan Harrison is now sideways throughout the entirety of turn 1. And then on the exit right here, Trafari slams the fence. There goes Ethan Harrison down the track. He's going to go and go all the way through the apron, through that pit exit, through turn 2. Almost slides back up into traffic. Now we're watching Moondros here. Moondros got sideways coming out of turn 1, and he's getting sideways out of turn 2. Here comes Ethan Moses. And Moses is just going to drive straight through him, get Moondros out of control. You're going to have to blame Ethan Moses for that one. Shabinski, nowhere to go. Miles Davis gets clipped. 31, nowhere to go. George just doesn't brake for some reason. Runs into Chabinski. My. That is awful. Oh, boy.
This is just... I got no words for it. Like,
yeah, well... These guys are losing control. They're losing their minds.
You know, I can see why Chris Lilly would be very upset. As much as he doesn't want greatness, this is not greatness.
Yeah, well, I'm sure that the main thing, and this is what I noticed, Chris really would like to, prefer not having to make any action. All right, that's, the main thing. He would really prefer if he could just, have these guys behave. But there does come a point where you do have to put your foot down. And I think that that time is now. You got to do something after this race, because you had a perfectly good race, and then Roldan decided he wanted to fuck around and cause a caution, and now we have this. So you got to put your foot down. I understand that involves having to suspend a few people that you do consider friends, but your friends might just be really fucking stupid. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I mean, you got to see it this way. They broke the rules. I mean, you got Roldan who spun out clearly, intentionally.
Yeah, intentionally.
Then you got. Yeah, intentionally. Then you got Thurston, who not only waited for Davis twice and then spun him out under yellow. You can't have that.
You can't have that.
Especially if you're a championship contender like James Thurston. You've had 3 wins on the year. You're one of the top contenders. I mean, that's just unacceptable. That is just unacceptable. What Thurston did was absolutely ridiculous. What Roldan did was absolutely ridiculous. Pathetic.
Well, hey, I'm sure that they're listening to this broadcast right now. I'm sure they might have an earful to say about us post-race, but I agree with you fully, Armani.
Bring
it on! Yeah, bring it on! Come on in here! Bring it on!
Trust me, I've had enough athletes say, "Oh, you're being mean to me on the broadcast." It's like, yeah, because y'all are stupid. That's why.
We have someone in the chat who's saying, "Who hired these announcers?" Chris did. Well, no, technically, yeah, Christopher Lilly did. I know, we're great, right?
We're phenomenal.
We are phenomenal. We speak our minds. How about that one?
Nobody, Chris did. They hired themselves, exactly.
He doesn't pay us either.
We forced Chris Lilly to. We forced Chris Lilly. We are working pro bono not only in the sheriff's office but also here at ASCA.
Well, I'll tell you this much. I'll say this much. If there is one positive to take out of this. Clearly, word is going around because we have nearly 30 viewers right now. So everyone's decided, hey, everyone's fucking wrecking. Let's kill each other now. We have to watch in. We have to watch.
Hey, I'm gonna get some fun with this chat. I'm liking this chat right now.
Yeah, that chat. We have a good chat. We have a good chat.
Chris is getting paid. I'm like, we're getting paid?
Yeah, what? We're getting paid. Now I'm at 2 jobs where I don't get fucking paid. God damn it. First the sheriff's office, now this bullshit. God damn it.
What legacy?
You know, and fun fact, I have been paid only once by Chris Louie. Gavin likes men and glazes his own teams. The first part's right. The second problem is I don't own a team, so I'm not glazing anybody. All I'm saying is Kendrick Lamar wouldn't do this. This is true. Kendrick would not do this.
I have paid Chris Lilly, and he's refusing my money again.
Yeah, it's weird, but... So this will be the final attempt at a green-white checkered. Next flag will end the race, and look at this top 5. I do not think that unless this top 5 wrecks, Alexander Hyder, Jerry Cook will win this race. It is going to be someone completely new. Let's get another look at our top 5. Jason Gallagher. All the way back at Season 1, he's a board of director, has never won a race before. Caden Mobley Kelly, our founder, has never won a race before. Hasn't raced before this season. He's in 2nd. Aiden Arevalo, he's a rookie. He's in 3rd. Clinton McDonald, another rookie, in 4th. And Landon Warren, one of our veterans, is in 5th. This is going to be down to the wire, or at least down to the caution flag. Who's going to win it? Pace car's going to make the left-hand turn on the pit road for one final time. How far will we make it? Will we make it to the checkered flag? And who will we see in victory lane? Green flag's back in the air.
A great jump from Gallagher. Mobley Kelly completely lost on that one. Here comes Arevalo down to the inside.
Oh boy, this is going to get wild. Will Jason Gallagher score his first career ASCA Cup Series victory? Aiden Arevalo trying to get past Mobley Kelly quick.
Side by side for the 2nd spot. Aiden Arevalo on the inside. Caden Mobley Kelly on the outside. This is the battle for 2nd. Up front, Jason Gallagher is pulled away.
Clinton McDonald driving like a complete dumbass, just shoving Hyder down the track for no reason. Jason Gallagher is up and away. Will he make it back to the white?
Here we go. A big buffer between himself and Caden Mobley Kelly. The battle is for the 2nd spot. Mobley Kelly has it. Hyder on the inside of Arevalo for 3rd.
Coming around to turn 4 one final time. Arevalo sideways off the door of... Oh, the wrecking! There goes Mudros!
Here we go. We got a wreck right now so far.
No yellow for that, somehow. And we're on the last lap. They're wrecking again. There goes Clinton McDonald! I think they might have turned the yellows off. There's no way higher! Hyder's crashed! What has happened? They're going to race it back. Jason Gallagher up front. What?
Jay Kennedy has made it through, but right now it is Jason Gallagher pulling away Mobley Kelly. All he can do is pray for a miracle.
Jason Gallagher has been here since the beginning. He has been a board director for many years. Chose this season, I'm going to return to driving. And he's going to come off turn 4 and see the checker flag. My good friend, Jason Gallagher, you are an ASCA Cup Series winner.
What a finish.
And there is so much to unpack before interviews. So many people are surely upset. One of them is not Jason Gallagher. Look at him go!
What a race. What a finish. Oh my goodness.
And you see a few people are going to come over and celebrate. Caden Mobley Kelly just shoved Jason into the fence. Chris Lilly, that's a CLD car. He'll come on over. Give him... Oh, shit! Oh, Jesus Christ. Will he even make it? Will he even make it back to the start-finish line to do his burnouts? It looks like
make it to turn 3.
Will he make it to turn 3? He has a lot of damage on that car now. He might be able to bring it back. There he is with his teammate Connor Jafari. Here comes his team owner, Chris Lilly, good friend of his for many seasons.
Oh my God.
You know, and this win, as he's going to wreck it, this win does heal some of the wounds that I'm sure many are feeling after a, frankly, horrible last 10 laps here at the Matt Bowles Graphics 200. And let's get, before we even look at the results, we have to take a look at those final 2 laps, because I'm assuming they must have turned off the cautions, if that's even a thing you're able to do. Because the fact that it wasn't a yellow was kind of shocking.
They
So-
had to.
So here's the first one.
So wait.
Hold on.
Did McDonald just try clearing himself off of...
Well, we'll take a look at that. We're watching the first wreck. This is Moondros right here. Moondros coming out of turn 4. He gets loose. Wayne A. Kennedy also gets loose. And Keola Hankins... Yeah, Keola Hankins just kind of runs through him into Wayne A. Kennedy. That's the first accident. Now up ahead, Clinton McDonald was driving like a complete maniac right here coming out of turn 2. He was blocking Hyder for no reason. Right here. He was throwing his own version of the Trafari block at Fontana. I mean, look at that. I don't know why you're doing that. You're driving like a complete nut job when you're doing that, forcing Hyder into the grass. And going down the front straightaway, I think he does that same exact thing again when he's 3 wide with Chris Lilly. Chris Lilly down the inside, and... I think Lilly comes up.
I think Lilly went up, yeah.
Lilly did come up and turn McDonald. I'm going to blame Lilly on that one. Lilly will probably say something like, oh, McDonald didn't go all the way up to the wall. He doesn't have to do that. So he turns McDonald. And then up ahead, what happens here with Hyder? This is huge. Thurston was about to lose out on so many points in this championship until this. And I have to say, I think Hyder cleared himself. Yeah.
Yeah, he cleared himself.
I think Hyder wanted to be clear of Arevalo by the time they got out of turn 1. And unfortunately, that just did not happen. He still had a nose in there. Arevalo might have gotten a little loose, but Arevalo was up at the wall, and you could see everyone clobbering through. And you know who really won in this situation? Chris Lilly. Both of his championship drivers that are fighting up front in the championship were about 20 points ahead. They both crashed. He's going to gain a ton of points in the championship, even though I imagine he's probably not too pleased with how everyone raced.
Well, he's gotten the points, but he's got a lot of work to do on the race director front.
He does, and we're going to go and take a look here. We have a little bit of a time to get to. He's going to come onto the front straightaway here on the replay. And after everything, I'm sure we have an interesting result page here. So let's take a look at our results. Jason Gallagher brings it home for his first career ASCA Cup Series victory. And somebody is jacking off in the call.
Speak of the devil.
Jason
Gallagher.
Jason Gallagher. Sure you were, buddy. Jason Gallagher.
I was clapping.
Sure you were, bud. Jason Gallagher brings it home for the victory.
Beat it with pride, my friend. Beat it with pride.
Beat it with pride. Caden Mobley Kelly brings home second. Chris Lilly gaining a ton of points in the championship with a third place finish. Ethan Harrison fourth. Aiden Smith, another top 5 for Aiden Smith. Connor Trafari with a 6th. Ethan Moses, another top 10, along with Owen Chabitsky. Miles Davis in 9th. And how about this? Finally, somehow, I don't know how he did this, because he did crash on the last lap. Wayne A. Kennedy brings it home for a 10th place finish. Incredible job there by Wayne A. Kennedy. Going to the outside of the top 10, I pressed the wrong button because I'm dumb. Let's move on to the second page. Oh God, my whole thing is fucked. 1 second. Oh God, oh shit, oh fuck. One moment. There it is. All right, fixed it. Keola Hankins brings it home for 11th place finish after the wreck with the Moondros. Dylan Fox brings home 12th. Arevalo 13th. Gonzalez Green 14th. Landon Warren 15th. Moondros 16th. Jerry Koch 17th. Daniel Botting 18th. Clinton McDonald 19th. And George Tolsma brings it home 20th. 21st and 22nd, you're 2 in the championship, leading it, or at least was leading it, coming into tonight. Alexander Hyder and James Thurston. Hey, at the bright side, at least they'll be even going into next week, if Thurston even races next week. Hunter M. Collier brings home 23rd. Diego Roldan, 24th. Jason Samito, 25th. Nolan Dagenhart, 26th. Brandon Sampson, 27th. Quentin Haley, 28th. Frank DeAngelis, 29th. And Keenan Milani, 30th. That's going to round it up. We're going to take a quick break, because we have a lot to process, and I'm sure we have a lot of testimonies to hear from the board of directors before we bring some drivers in here and talk about that heated wreckfest of a finish here at the Matt Bottles Graphics 200. We will be right back in just a few moments. All right, really quick, fellas. 1 second. All right, you know what? Fuck it. We're just going to have it like this today. I'm too lazy to cut everything out. Welcome back to the post-race show, everybody. Hello. We have a very exciting show ahead of you because a lot of people are probably really pissed off after that one. So, let's start off with, on a bit of a brighter note. Get Gallagher back in here. Where's Gallagher? Hold on.
Oh, no, you kicked him out.
I didn't. I just put him back in the audience.
Yeah, here he is. He's there. He's here.
All right, get back in here. All right, Gallagher. Let's get you in here, bud. You can just... All right, come on in, Gallagher. First ASCA Cup Series victory. You haven't raced in a while. It's been since, I believe, season 1 or 2 that you've been behind the wheel in ASCA. Or at least in D1 anyway. I know you did some starts in D2. But finally getting it done here tonight. How does it feel to get your first win?
About time.
About damn time. And you had an interesting race because this wasn't necessarily, okay, it was a fluke. Let's be honest. It was kind of a fluke. You kind of got to hand it to you. But you did have,
kind of saved me.
It did. But you also did have some incredible pace. You were able to be toe-to-toe there, at least on the same pace as Gonzalez, Green, Cook, Hyder. But you also had a little bit of a different pit strategy. You pit under one of those previous yellows, had the freshest tires. We were watching you charge through the field lap by lap, car after car. But as people started pitting under green flag, you pit as well, even though you had fresh tires. What was that strategy about?
Because they were going to jump me because of how worn my tires were compared to them on freshies, so I just wanted to keep my spot, kind of. I don't know what the hell I was doing. I'm going to be honest with you, Gavin.
Well, whatever you were doing, it worked. It worked. And when it came to those final few restarts, how was it feeling behind the wheel? There must have been a lot of pressure knowing that, hey, you were controlling this race. You had a chance to win, and you had so many people hungry to get that win before you.
Yeah, it's pretty annoying, those overtimes.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It was annoying.
I just expected to get screwed over one way or another. That always happens to me in iRacing. But it appears that it went my way today. Finally.
Well,
hooray.
Hooray. There you go. James Gallagher. Or not James Gallagher. Jason Gallagher. I'm sorry.
Gavin, I've never won a league race until today.
Damn! Well, woo, congratulations.
It's been 2 years I never won a race.
Well, Jason Gallagher, you can say tonight that not only are you a league winner, you are an ASCA winner after all this time. Another veteran of our series finally getting it done. Congratulations on your win, Jason.
Thank you, Gavin.
No problem, Jason. All right, well, as much as I like to go down the order and get everyone's perspective, there's one I do need to talk to. James Thurston, everything seemed to be going good for you, and then it all went wrong. What happened in your perspective?
There's auto yellows. That's just about all it is.
Yep, that's pretty much it. The only reason yellow came out was because Chabinski wrecked like a little bit down pit road, saved it. It was perfectly fine. And what happened with Miles Davis there on that restart? There was a lot of contact during green flag condition and under yellow flag condition. What happened between you and Miles?
Just a guy that can't win the race, so he stays out for 8th and wrecks the guys that could have won the race. I don't know. Just I'm not that mad about it. I didn't actually know that you could get penalized for hitting a guy under yellow. If I knew that, I probably wouldn't have done it. I didn't think I did it that bad. I didn't like wreck him or anything. He still finished the race, but yeah. I mean, I respect Lily's decision on that. I don't know. I'm just a little bit disappointed in the finish of that race. I like racing here a lot. I just really hope that some of this stuff gets cleaned up.
Yeah, me too, James. And hey, on the bright side, Hyder also got in some trouble on the final lap. You guys finished 21st and 22nd. So all things considered, you're going to come out of here neck and neck with him still going into next week. So on the bright side, you're still in the hunt, absolutely, going into next week.
Yeah, I'll start caring about the points when we start having green flag finishes. I just I don't know. We had a really good race going there 2 different times just for both of them to get ruined by guys wrecking for absolutely nothing. Just yeah, I really like this league. I really like this car. You guys use really, really fun setups. It leads to some awesome racing. I mean, this is probably one of the most fun, probably the most fun Indy race that I've ever done on iRacing. just because of the way the car drives. And I don't know, just I think we need to experiment admin only yellows.
I agree with you. I do. I think that there should be a lot of changes after tonight. We'll see what the board thinks about that. But James, I'm going to go ahead and let you go. You have a good night, and hopefully things go a little better for you in 2 weeks' time.
Thank you, driver.
All right, now let's start going through some of these other people. Let's see here. What do we got? Well, I have someone else I want to talk to. Hunter M. Collier, I want to hear your opinion about that wreck with Diego Roldan that caused that caution that we had such a commotion about. What was going on over there?
Well, let's just start here from the beginning. I was running the whole race on my phone's hotspot.
Oh no!
Thanks to my amazing Wi-Fi
You
provider.
didn't. I didn't think I saw you blink once.
Oh.
That's incredible.
Yeah, so that was fun. On lap 13 or so, Quinn Haley got loose in front of me and got crashed. Ran around with 8 minutes of optional the whole day. Steering was at a 90-degree angle. RPMs were down 100. It was really fun. Was finally getting back on track, got all my optional down, and then with 10 laps to go, Diego hits the wall. Not any fault of his own. And
Not any fault of his own. Who the fuck hit him? Who the fuck hit him?
I hit him.
I
hit him.
Yeah, out of 4.
Well, I mean, I don't really like. I mean, it is his fault, but like, I'm not really pissed off at him. I'm more so pissed off about the fact that after that,
Yeah, he full throttled into you.
got hit by. Yeah, I got hit by him, but that's fine. I got 8 minutes required from that, so I was sitting on my ass in the pit lane, getting
Yeah.
ready, and it was like, okay, I see that person's gone wrecked out. I see that Diego's decided to retire. I was like, okay, you know what? I'll go out and get 2 extra spots. Who knows? I might need it when playoff time comes. I go back out and my fucking internet crashes. I spent the last 20 minutes finicking with my goddamn phone trying to get this shit to work. To say that I am pissed off is an understatement. That has got to be the most frustrating race I've ran in like the last year.
Well, Hunter, I'll
Like,
tell you
I'm in
this
here.
much. Hunter, I'll tell you this much. Even on your fucking hotspot, you somehow had better internet than fucking Brandon Sampson. So you can take that for what you will, because somehow that man has such bad internet that, like, your phone hotspot was better.
Yeah, I don't even know. I think I'm just happy to leave. I mean, I'm just hoping that I have everyone who works at Flowcam, man, they just all get executed on the spot. That was absolutely pathetic. It's been like this for the last 2 years. But yeah, that's just everything. Thanks for putting on the broadcast. I want to thank Chris Lee. It looked like a really fun race up at the front. Lots of passing, no cautions, really fair and clean driving. Yeah, it was just amazing. Loved it all night.
It was good green flag racing, and then Owen Chabinski ruined everything. All right, Hunter, I'm going to go and let you go here for the night. Hopefully things go a little better for you in 2 weeks' time, and hopefully you aren't running on your phone hotspot.
Oh, don't worry, I will. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Well, God damn it. Well, he you did. Thanks for the reassurance. Let's go and bring in Arevalo. Arevalo, you were running inside the top 5. You were looking to have a good finish, and then there was contact. What happened from your perspective?
So I'm just gonna start off with this. First couple laps, I get walled by Diego Roldan, and I get 3 minutes of optionals. I hang around in the back for a while, get some lucky dogs, get some waves, and then I somehow avoid everything and end up in P3 because I stayed out. That God forbidden pit strategy, and then I were just running up there, and then final lap. Hider moment. I'm just disappointed.
Yeah, when it comes to that was I was a little afraid to say it. I was like, is that on Hider? But yeah, but
I mean, I was letting them by in turn 4. I was kind of letting him get in my inside, but I just didn't expect him to clear himself like that.
Yeah, me neither. But Aiden, wait, where'd you finish, by the way?
13th.
13th. You know what? That's not bad.
For what it was, it's not bad, but honestly, I think I'm just allergic to top 5s.
Well, I'm going to go ahead. There's not really too much else to talk to you about, because I do know that you were on an alternative. Let me talk to you about that, by the way. You were on an alternative strategy before all those yellows came out. I know that you got stuck a lap down at one point, right? And because of that, you had to stay out under one of the yellows, and then you had to go long on that green flag run. You had to pit under green. How did it feel when that yellow came out and everyone had to pit and you didn't?
I was honestly surprised. I told Kaden, like, hey, Kaden, are we supposed to be here? And I was just genuinely confused if I had to come in or not, but I guess, I don't know. I guess the staying a lap down, getting the waves kind of helped me on strategy a little bit.
All right, well, Aiden, all things considered, although this was a top 5 run in the making, things did not go your way. But all things considered, 13th is not a bad spot to be at, especially in the standings that you're at right now. I'll see you in 2 weeks' time, and hopefully you have a good night.
All right, I'll have a good night, too. I'll see you.
I cut him off before he finished his sentence. I'm so sorry. Anyway, I do want to talk, before I talk to Caden, because Caden did finish second, I want to give him the opportunity to say something. There's one thing that I want to talk to Kaola Hankins about. And it was the contact going into turn 3 with Jerry Cook. What happened from your perspective?
Honestly, I'd stayed out in the first place because we were on 3-lap old tires, and if you watch the middle portion of the race, the guys that stayed out on 3-lap old tires mainly stayed in the front. My mindset with that is stay out in the lead no matter what.
Yeah.
I drove my line thinking that Jeremy was going to pass me on the outside. That clearly didn't happen, and when he dove to my inside, that just kind of shocked me a little bit. And instead of, I guess, because it was either just drive into the corner normally or, you know, just not turn at all and hit the wall anyway from my point of view. So yeah, he sent it in a little bit more than I thought, but I mean, that was clearly my fault. I should have just arced it in a little bit more, just let him have the lead. He was just so much faster, but man, it just felt great to league laps and whatnot.
Yeah, and I want to ask you about that. This is now the 3rd race, I'm pretty sure, where you have been in a position to take the win, or at least be in a position where if things went your way, you could take the win. Now, this is the 3rd one that's went away from you. How's it feeling after each beating here of these races?
Man, I don't know. I mean, I'm just glad to run in front. There's been way too many league races over the years where I've been nowhere close to being in contention. So to actually be in contention for the win in the car I really like, in a combo I really like, that was a really fun race overall. I mean, that just means a lot. I'm glad that I could be somewhat competitive, even if I'm not having the fast car. If I could just have a clean, 5th to 10th place car, I'll get a good finish if I just, do the right thing. So, yeah, it feels great.
Well, all things considered, you are the happiest man I've ever seen after getting wrecked. So I'm going to take that as a good one for you, Kaola. I'll see you in 2 weeks' time, and hopefully that first win's coming sooner rather than later.
See ya. Thank you, guys.
All right, now the wait is over. Caden Mobley Kelly, you brought it home, 2nd place here tonight. You had a lot of things go your way here tonight. Armani, I'm going to go ahead and let you handle this one.
Aiden, we talked before the race. You didn't even know if you were going to even race tonight. And here you are, nearly winning it. If Gallagher didn't have such a great restart. But just talk about, we talked about it earlier about your change of mindset now going to the rest of the season. How did that affect you with this runner-up finish?
Well, yeah, you're right. I was really not planning on racing tonight. I was feeling very lazy. However, I saw that the lab was open, so I decided, fuck it, let me just do it, just to do it. And yeah, you're right with the whole mindset thing. After a string of shitty finishes since Auto Club, I was like, you know what? Fuck the playoffs. I'm not gonna try to focus on it. So I came into tonight with the one thing and one thing only on my mind is to have fun. For the first 90% of the race, I wasn't having fun. I had no speed. Felt like shit. Kept going backwards no matter what I did. But I think it was around that green flag run that I was with Diego and Connor and just riding behind them for a couple laps. I kind of figured out what I was doing. I at least got fast enough to hold on to position. So once I pit, I was going to be I think it was going to be 10 laps short. So I knew on that final stretch I was going to have to pit again when everyone else came down pit road. So I forgot what caution was, but the caution before the 2 overtimes or whatever the fuck happens. I stayed out, they pitted because I pit 5 laps before them. I ended up somehow up there with Jason, Aiden, and all those guys. I was confused as shit, honestly. I don't know how I got there. Cautions kept coming out. But after we got to like the first overtime, I kind of knew I had enough speed to at least hold on a second. I thought I'd have fresher tires than Jason, but Jason was just faster than me the whole race. So even if I did have a tire advantage, it wasn't gonna mean that much. But I mean, it was kind of fun. I'm real happy to have that Daytona Beach Sheriff's Office Toyota Camry up there for a top 5 position, first one of the year.
Oh, good run for you, Caden. You needed it, because if only you could have cut. Hey, you know what? I'm even more proud of you. You know why? Because you put the fine Sheriff's Office, the Daytona Beach Sheriff's Office, in a runner-up position and a chance to get to victory lane, deputy.
Yeah, it wasn't really that close. Jason had me beat on all those restarts. There was nothing I could do.
Shut up.
You're supposed to be a racing fan. You should know when the drivers got it beat. And Jason had me beat.
I'm trying to hop you up, all right, boy. I'm trying to hop you up.
Ain't nothing to be happy about.
You ain't hopping yourself up with the way you racing on track.
I didn't win, so what's there to celebrate? I didn't win.
You know what? We're going back to pro bono. Get him out of here.
Yeah, all right, we're putting him back in pro bono. All right, now I would move on to Connor Trafari, but actually, no, I'd move on to Aiden Smith. But I do need to talk. We do need to talk to Alexander Hyder. Hyder was in a position to gain a lot of points from Thurston after Thurston's crash, and then there was trouble coming out of turn 1. Hyder, what happened from your perspective?
Yeah. Yeah. You saw.
Yeah.
Last week was completely out of my control, but this week I totally 100% had control of that, and I just gave it away like that. I really did think I was clear, but if I was just like a tiny, like a little pixel further ahead, I would have been fine. But unfortunately, I wrecked.
Yeah,
and I wrecked like half the field.
Yeah.
Well, Hyder, I want to ask you. Let's get away from that incident, all right? Because fortunately for you, all things considered, you came out of that okay, because Thurston also crashed. You guys finished 21st and 22nd. The only thing that's changed is now Chris is on your guys' ass going into 2 weeks from now. But I want to ask, how was the strategy out there today? Because after those first 2 yellows, the strategy had completely changed, and it really did change the way that you guys raced out there.
Yeah, you're right. The start of that last green flag run that we had, I knew it was going to be close. So from the drop of the green until we got that caution, I was on full save mode. And even after like 20 laps, I was still like almost not going to make it. But yeah, I felt like if I didn't self-spin on purpose.
Yeah.
Again.
Finally, someone else says it.
Thank you.
Finally.
I said it too.
Yeah, but the Dunn says that he didn't. It's like,
well, he did. He said it in call too. So, like 2 weeks in a row, I've indirectly been screwed over by Outery.
Get him out. Bring him back.
No. I think he's already knows. He already knows.
But yeah, if that didn't happen, I felt like we would have had a really strong shot to win because I don't think Jerry was saving at all.
Yeah, Jerry was nowhere he was saving. But AJ, I'm going to go ahead and let you go. All things considered, even though it did not get a good finish, fortunately, your championship rival also didn't get a good finish. So you guys are going to be even going into the next race.
Yep.
And with that, that's higher. Now, we can get into some people that actually finished pretty well. Starting off with another top 5 finish for Aiden Smith. Aiden, you had a very weird strategy, and you got very lucky. Tell me about your race.
Well, I only got 10 minutes of practice, so I really wanted to qualify not knowing what the fuck I was doing. And I also spent the first 20 laps not knowing what the fuck I was doing. So I kind of just pitted when everyone else did. But at a certain point, I found it was like, hey, I don't need to pit at this caution. So I stayed out. Then we actually had a green flag run. You all saw that. And then I was on 0.5 when I pitted after I led that one lap.
Mm-hmm.
And then the yellow came out when I was on pit road. That
yeah,
was blessed.
Perfect.
Like I came out second. That was perfect. Bullshit out of my ass for that one. And then from there, I kind of just stayed up in the front the whole rest of the time. They got to a point where I was saving fuel with like, I don't know, 10 laps to go in the normal race because I was like, I don't know, 2 laps short, and I was making up good fuel from that. But then all the yellows came out. I pitted, got tires, stayed up in the front, made my way back up, and then they just started wrecking on the last lap. I just drove through it all and got a P5. So I mean,
There you go. Well, Aiden, there isn't really too much else to say. You came in here into tonight. If I want to go and pull up the points really quick. You came into tonight pretty good, plus 28 to the good. You still need a good buffer, but after today, another top 5 finish, you are looking like you're going to be an easy lock into the playoffs here. So another good run for you here tonight, Aiden Smith, and hopefully there's more to come.
Easy lock. I'd never say easy lock with this damn league, but I get the sentiment. So thank you for having me on.
Yeah, no problem. And now let's talk to our 6th place finish, Connor Jafari. You had a, you made a little contact, but it was like harmless. It was like, I think you like doored Harrison like once or twice, but that was kind of it. So overall, you had a very innocent race where you didn't wreck anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So how was the racing out there today? Because you got yourself
satisfied with your performance.
It was just a classic Indy race where you couldn't pass anyone. It was really boring. But I had some really weird strategy throughout the race. I forget what I did. I think I pit one time when nobody else pit, and then it was on the same strategy as Durr.
Yeah.
It was me, Durr, and Diego that pit on the same lap because we pit legit one lap. I think before the caution came out with OJ.
Yeah.
And I really should have just stayed out in retrospect, but I thought they were going to go green, so that's why I just took rights. Which, they worked, but
yeah,
you can't pass, so it wasn't very useful, But I'm not complaining with a 6th place finish. It's good for points.
Yeah, absolutely. And Connor, unfortunately, I don't have anything else to really ask you. You actually had a very decent, clean race today, where you got a good finish. You didn't.
Well, I did wreck Ethan Harrison in the pits.
Wait, what?
You didn't see?
No.
I basically turned him into his stall.
Why would you? God damn it, Connor!
He brake right in front of me, man.
Yes, sure. Okay, well.
We'll see you in 3 weeks.
Yeah, we'll see you in 3 weeks, buddy. Bye. We'll see you in 3 weeks, buddy. Hi, what's up? What happened?
I have breaking news.
What's the breaking news? Let me hear it.
You know the outer drift in turn 4?
Yeah, the thing that he literally said in BC was on purpose. And
Hunter didn't hit him.
What? Yeah, Hunter
didn't hit him.
Yeah, I never said.
It looks like he self-spawned himself.
What? No, he didn't.
Yeah.
No, what?
No.
Connor,
you want the replay? You want to see the shit? Hold on, pop up the replay.
Wait, what?
It is netcode. Outeries never registered to hitting the 98 car at all.
Well, yeah, I'm talking about that. What I thought you meant is that Hunter spun him. I was like, wait, what?
No.
Yeah.
Outery did absolutely nothing.
No.
Wait, look, watch this replay. Watch this replay.
Yeah.
The 98 gets zero effect from the 99. Look, the netcode, he drives through him.
Right, and then he wrecks himself.
And he just self-spins himself.
Yeah, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that. That's what I'm talking about. That's him full throttling.
Yeah,
also,
this is completely out of your
Yeah, and also him full throttling and drifting through turn 4, wrecking himself.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
but
that was all on purpose.
The way I saw it in the board chat while I was racing was like you were putting all the blame on Outery. I just
I was.
debunk it.
Yeah, no, I was. That's a fully on Outery. Yeah, no, it's fully on Outery.
Yeah, he kind of does Cannon Vaughn.
Yeah, no, like Outery was trying to wreck himself. Collier wrecked himself because he was trying to avoid Outery.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about coming out of 4.
Yeah, no, I was talking about the entire wreck. Like, look at his entrance. Look
at the entire wreck.
Yeah,
now this changes a few things.
Yeah, look at the entrance. Look at his entrance to turn 4. Like, so, yeah. Speak of the devil, let's bring him in. Never mind, he left. Never mind, fuck it. All right. Anyway, I was gonna ask him why he did that, but oh well. Let's have a little bit more of a positive discussion. Ethan Moses, another top 10 finish for you. 2 top 10s in a row. This one, you got into a little bit of trouble. Let's start with this. You got into a little bit of trouble with Moondros on one of the final restarts. What happened from your perspective?
Race was just shit.
Yeah.
No, that's fair.
Yeah. Nothing else but that.
I got a speeding penalty and then just kept putting myself down and then but we stayed in it.
Well, hey, on the bright side, you got a top 10 finish. That's good, right? That's good.
No. We
No.
got lucky.
You got lucky? Well, hey, sometimes you gotta get lucky, Ethan.
Yeah.
Well, there isn't too much else to say. I guess that's it for you tonight, Ethan. Congratulations on your top 10. That was very depressing.
Yeah. Depressing top 10.
Depressing top 10. You know what? Before we get into some of our other players, because there's two more I want. There's one. No. I'll talk to Matt Bottles in a second. I want to talk to Owen Chabinski, the one that, I can't say you really started it because the caution was complete bullshit. But I want to ask you what was happening there when you were coming to pit road.
I mean, yeah, I saw it. I suck. I didn't practice pit entry enough, locked it up, and went around.
You didn't even go around. Like you didn't even go around. You just slid sideways.
I still came back up on the track, which I was trying not to do. I was trying to keep it in the pits, trying not to keep the caution away. But I don't know. Got that, and then Dunn gave me a EOL right before I pit, so that got me a penalty into the pits, which was to the back, and then still, which I would have been to the back, but then people didn't catch up. I got a black flag on the restart, never cleared.
Damn.
Yeah, well, every restart, every black flag is cleared. And the one time I get a bullshit black flag, it's not cleared.
Well, that's undone right there, so you'll have to go bitch to him about that. Where'd you finish, by the way? Didn't you finish well?
8th.
There you go.
Yeah. I recovered well. That's all I can ask.
Yeah, you recovered well. Everyone crashed.
Yeah, look at protest submissions. Look at the clip of George.
Oh yeah, George was doing his stupid bullshit today.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we saw that. Yeah, we saw that. Yeah, no, he fucking just full throttled into you.
It was quite the funny one where he doesn't try to go to the gap. Doesn't.
What do you think? What do you think his excuse is going to be for that one?
He already used it. He said he was lagging.
Yeah, sure, buddy. Yeah, you were lagging. He was probably lagging when he decided to stay out under the first yellow too. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that was a fun one.
Oh my god. Anyway, OJ.
Not a great race.
Yeah. Well, OJ, I'm gonna go and let you go. You recovered well. Got an 8th place finish out of it. You did a lot better than a lot of other people. So.
That is true. That's all I can ask for after last week. He had a good race. And an okay one.
All right, OJ. I'm gonna let you go.
All right. I love you.
No.
All right, Caden's kicking me out, so I gotta go.
Okay, well, see you later, Armani. I'll finish this up.
Bye.
All right, so we got Dylan Fox, Wayne Kennedy, and then Botting. I'll talk to Kennedy. Kennedy, you finally did it. You got a top 10. You finally got a top 10. It's weird because you literally got wrecked like a few moments before that, and you somehow recovered and got a top 10.
I voted that wreck out of 2. This was the race from hell. Let's just put it simply.
Yeah.
You saw what happened to me and George Tosima there.
Yeah. Where George fucking hooked you. Yeah.
And me and Owen there on the first green white checkered.
Yeah.
And I get caught up with the second one. That car was wounded and a half, and then some. And then we get to the last green white checkered. I'm just driving whatever I could. Everyone's passing me, and then the C's part in 2 with the wreck. In the words of Ethan Moses, we got lucky. But in a good way, we got lucky.
Yeah, you finally got that top 10 you've been looking for all season long.
No practice, no qualifying. In fact, I actually started from the pits because I forgot the grid up in time. Got a speeding penalty, had the beg done to give me a black flag clear. This could have been the grounds for like the worst race I've had. No, we do not. There's just no way to put it. We played this damn race like it was a slot machine.
Well, Kennedy, I'll tell you this much. There's one good thing that came out of this finish for you. You're going to be getting a lot of points here in the championship. You came into tonight 35 back. I haven't checked the points yet, but I'm assuming that you have gained a lot of points. I can check really quick, as a matter of fact. Let me see.
Yeah,
here.
no, I got a few steps up. We moved up 2 spots already from that just by itself.
Yeah, so you are sitting 168. So you are only... Yeah, no, you're only 30 points back now, all things considered. So you had a really good race at this point. Oh, shit, I just realized. Damn, the top 3 are only separated by 8 points. Chris Lilly passed Thurston. Holy shit. Anyway.
Keep your eyes on those for Bristol.
Oh no, we're going to Bristol!
It's Bristol, baby!
Oh,
and George
fuck!
Bristol's going to go straight to a big one. with the way he was racing today.
Oh god, dude, that's gonna be awful. Anyway, Wayne, I'm gonna go and let you go. First top 10 of the season. Hopefully, it's one of many to come.
Alrighty, see ya, man.
See ya. Dylan Fox. Dylan Fox, you got a 12th place finish, I think, right? You finished 12th, I think. Are you alive? I can't hear you.
Yes.
Hello. Hi.
I got 12th.
Well, tell me about your race because I don't think I saw you up front once, actually.
So started off, we qualified 24th.
Oh, that's
I
good.
fucked up my qual lap. I was just gonna chill the whole race and then let everyone wreck each other and get like 10th, hopefully. And then, I think we're running 23rd, just chilling. And then the caution comes out for, I forgot what the caution was. Oh yeah, George. No, that was the first caution was for, I don't remember.
Dude, there were so many wrecks, I already forgot.
Yeah, there were so many fucking wrecks. So then George stayed out, and then I was like, we started 20th. And then I'm chilling, still running like 21st at this point. And I'm coming up on George, and he decides he's just gonna absolutely, block the entire track on entries.
Sounds about right.
So then I finally got around him after he took out the 93, but whatever. So then I'm chilling, and then we have a long ass green flag. And before we go green that next time, I go back on pit road at 1 to go because I realized I could make it from there if I just saved fuel. So I took my fuel and I was just saving. And at that point, we were fast. We were passing people. I was like 16th, 15th. And then everyone started pitting, and I'm running 9th. And I'm thinking, there's no way anybody in front of me can make it. And I'm just sitting here, like, smiling. I'm going to cheese a fucking ASCA win out of this fucking shit. And then Outery fucking wrecked.
Yeah.
And then that just ruined everything for me. And then everyone stayed out, and then that restart, I got wrecked up pretty good. And then they all wrecked in front of me, and I was able to salvage 12th, which still my best ever finish. Not saying much, but I'll take it. It could have been worse, could have been better.
Well, it's much better than Charlotte, where you almost got.
We don't talk about Charlotte. I got a penalty point negative from my resume now. I think I don't know how that works.
Yeah, well, that's good.
It was a fun race. I enjoyed. It was fun battling with some of the guys back there, except for George.
Yeah.
He should be taken in shot. But,
Jesus fuck.
I'll probably practice for Bristol this week. I've ran the COTs at Bristol. That's the only track on the schedule I've ran a COT race with the Bristol. Only track on the schedule I've done a race with the COTs at.
Mm-hmm.
So that should be fun.
Well, Dylan Fox,
yeah.
Hopefully Bristol goes well for you because you are on a good momentum right now. You got a good run here tonight. Good stuff.
Indeed. Noah Gregson, number 62.
No, we don't talk about Noah Gregson. We're not talking about Noah Gregson. I don't know. We're not talking about Noah Gregson. No. All right, Daniel Botting, you are the second to last person I'm going to be talking to.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, everyone. Daniel Botting, I did not see you once. Actually, that's not true. I saw you once, and that was when you stayed out. And I believe you watched OJ wreck himself coming to pit road, didn't you?
Yeah, so during that, long-ass green flag run, OJ had, a lap less than me. Like on that lap where he wrecked, he was on fumes.
Mm-hmm.
I still had, 2 laps of fuel on the entire field.
Yeah.
But I saw him start to lock it up, so I'm thinking okay, I'll just pit whip him. And the caution came up for no reason. So it's he didn't really come up on track much.
Yeah, he didn't. That was really bullshit. Where'd you finish today, Botting? I genuinely don't
18th.
18th. What happened? Did you get wrecked?
No, it was when Jerry wanted to be a hero and wrecked AJ in 2.
Oh yeah, that
I
part.
had nowhere to go.
Well, no, that's not what happened. You misunderstand. Hyder cleared himself off a Revelo and spun himself.
No.
Oh, that was when Jerry hit him. When Jerry hit him.
I love spreading misinformation on the internet.
Oh. I love spreading misinformation on the internet. Well,
Shout out to my cat for
Oh.
walking in front of my screen during the race,
Mm.
entering 3.
I love
Big
when they do
plays
that.
by him.
I love when they do that.
Especially when, like, by the time he walks by, the wall's there.
Oh yeah,
So, yeah, that's pretty cool.
I love cats.
Wait, do we have an off week or are we racing?
We do have an off week, and then we're going to Bristol.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have 2 off weeks.
All right, there you go. Well, I'll see you in a few weeks' time then, Botting.
Let me go. Is it Kansas? I think.
Let me check the schedule.
I think it's Kansas.
It is Kansas, yes, on October 21st.
All right, we're wrecking George there.
Yeah! Hell yeah, brother. And finally, I saved the best for last. Let's bring in our sponsor, Matt Bottles. Matt Bottles, how'd you feel about this race that, you paid for?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, with that, we're going to go and round up the broadcast here.
Fucking car got wrecked.
Yeah, that. But with that,
top it off with a COD car winning, because why not?
yeah, well, yeah,
God.
because that's how it is. Welcome to ASCA.
Yep.
All right, well,
ASCA.
welcome to ASCA. And with that, we're gonna go ahead and bring it all. We're gonna go ahead and end it off here. Hopefully, you guys joined the race. I know I did, and we'll see you guys in 2 weeks' time for the Trey Carnes Designs night race at Bristol. I'll see you guys then.